in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
Is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. It was back to work for the Colts today, a day after their acquisition of cornerback Sauce Gardner from the Jets for a package that included a pair of first-round picks. Indy coach Shane Steichen.
He's an unbelievable player. To get a bona fide number one corner in this league, like I said, it elevates everybody around us. He's got all the elite traits you look for. He's sticky in coverage, the pass breakups, the interceptions. He's feisty, he's aggressive. Just to add that to the fold of the back end with the guys we already got back there, like I said, it's going to elevate everybody. So I think just a great get by Chris getting him.
Gardner will make his Colts debut Sunday against the Falcons in Germany as long as he clears concussion protocol. Texans QB C.J. Stroud ruled out this week because of a concussion. Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray put on injured reserve due to his foot injury. He'll now miss at least 4 games. Hockey history could be made tonight in Washington, D.C. Capitals captain Alex Ovechkin enters the matchup versus the Blues, 1 goal away from becoming the first NHL player ever with 900 goals. NBA Lakers guard Austin Reeves with groin soreness out again tonight against the Spurs, 10 Eastern, ESPN.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Thursday. The Pats and the Bucks both lead their divisions, but are they both legit Super Bowl contenders? It's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's rock! Go!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Yusu. And Mr. Toby Tom Play. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Oh, by the way, it's a hump day.
It's hump day.
Oh, man.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
LSU hired an AD.
Hump day.
And then they didn't.
It's hump day.
I think.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Unless they did.
Hump day.
But maybe they didn't.
It's hump day.
Nobody knows.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
In the famous words of Nate Bargatze in the SNL skit.
Hump day.
Nobody knows.
It's hump day.
Not even the guy making the decision.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Whatever.
Hump day.
I guess we'll talk some Saints-Panthers today.
It's hump day.
And we're sort of obligated.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Russ Mitchell will be here.
Hump day.
He'll make us laugh.
It's hump day.
Taylor Calandro later this hour.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
We'll talk about booze.
Hump day.
Because Lord knows I need some right about now.
It's hump day.
Okay, here we go. Let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
You know, I thought that LSU was on a really good path. Like, I thought all of the tumult from a week ago had settled. And I've told you, this is my 19th season covering LSU football. And, of course, I've been around the program my whole life. As a fan, as a student, as a media member. last week was as crazy, tumultuous week as I've ever been a part of. And once you got past Thursday and then Friday morning, they named Verge Ausberry the interim AD. It seemed as though there weren't going to be any more firings or, parting of ways. And then on Tuesday, Dr. Wade Rousse is confirmed by the Board of Supervisors as the new president. And then a few hours later, I and every other media outlet gets word that they've removed the interim tag, that Dr. Rousse made the decision to remove the interim tag from Verge Ausberry, making him LSU's full-time athletic director. And all of a sudden, LSU had stability. You had your university president, you had your athletic director, and by the way, you had the university president that was the handpicked guy by the governor that everybody knew was going to get the job. So from governor to university president to athletic director, now you can go hire a coach. And then today, LSU President Wade Rousse, who, by the way, is going to start on November the 17th. That'll be his official start date. Wade Rousse is at an event apparently in New Orleans, and Piper Hutchinson, who's a reporter for the Louisiana Illuminator, I can't add any context there, forgive me, I'm just not very familiar with that outlet. But Piper Hutchinson was at that press conference on Friday with Scott Ballard and John Carmouche and Verge Ausberry. In a one-on-one interview with Piper Hutchinson, and by the way, on her Twitter feed, by Piper Hutch, if you want to go check it out, she has a thread with some of the quotes from her conversation with Wade Rousse. And she says, I asked incoming LSU President Wade Rousse on the decision to name Verge Ausberry the permanent AD. This is her word, the permanent AD. He says, quote, I'll remove the interim title and then we'll assess the situation. I can't make a very good decision after being on the job for 8 hours. What? I'm really, really perplexed by this. He then said, did Dr. Rousse, quote, I don't know what permanent means versus removing the interim. Look, this man has a PhD. He's the president of a university system. By all accounts, he's a very smart man. From what I've heard, he was, even if he wasn't the governor's handpicked choice, he was the most impressive and would have gotten this job. I'm not in any way minimizing that. But I shouldn't have to explain the difference between permanent and removing the interim. We understand what these tags mean, right? When you're the interim, it means you're the placeholder. There's interim head coaches. There is interim president. You had an interim president at LSU until Wade Rousse was named the permanent solution. And Verge was an interim AD. And if you remove the interim tag, then he's no longer the interim AD. He's the AD. Do I need to get Dr. Rousse a dictionary? Hopefully not. He's a PhD. He also was asked about Verge Ausberry's involvement in the Title IX scandal from a few years ago, the Hush Blackwell. And he said, I'm reading Piper Hutchinson's Twitter. Rousse said he doesn't know very much about Ausberry's involvement in the Title IX scandal. That's a problem, too. If you made the decision with full knowledge of everything, okay. You made a decision without full knowledge, that's preemptive. Now, Verge was suspended for 30 days. That was the punishment. He served that punishment, and he's been back within LSU athletics. So Perfectly fine. It's what it is. The part of this, that all is jarring. But the part of this that's even harder for me to understand is when Dr. Rousse says in these quotes, it was important for me to show stability. Verge has done a good job up until this point. I really need to dig deeper in terms of what we look like to make sure we protect the global brand. Protect the global brand. And then, like, almost impossibly, there's one more quote from Dr. Rousse here that Piper Hutchinson tweeted, specifically about the football coach. And the quote is, when you're trying to hire a coach, and this is the kicker, like this really is the answer. When you're trying to hire a coach, instability is not healthy, Rousse said of the decision to remove the interim tag. Instability is not healthy. Sir, with all due respect, and I mean with all due respect, what you are doing is creating instability. In removing the interim tag, you created stability. He's not an interim. And now questioning if Verge is actually going to be the permanent AD, he is, for all intents and purposes, we could have a semantic argument about interim whatever, no longer your choice for the permanent job. And you are right, sir. It's hard to hire a coach when you don't have stability. Listen, whatever you do professionally, whatever that is, maybe you're an athletics administrator, maybe you're a coach, maybe you're a media person, maybe you're a welder, maybe you're a doctor, maybe you're a salesperson, maybe whatever you do professionally. Don't you want to know who your boss is? So you know what the expectation is, who you work for? That's not unique to football coaches. That's anything. But if you're going to hire a football coach and ask him to leave the position that they're currently in to come work in your job, the first thing they're going to say is, well, who's my boss? Are you my boss? Well, we don't know yet. Huh. Well, what are my expectations going to be? If you hire me and the next person comes in and doesn't like me, am I going to stay around long? It raises tons of questions. And while on Friday, Verge and John Carmouche and Scott Ballard all sat there at that podium in the Lawton room and tried to put off a feeling of uniformity. And then hiring Dr. Rousse gives you stability at president. And then, Verge being the interim AD and then removing that tag. Like, make no mistake. Before last night, when the interim tag had been removed, whatever they say, and Verge said it on this show yesterday, they're LSU and people are taking the call. I have heard the opposite of that it has been hard to get agents and coaches engaged because they don't know who's making the decision and who they're going to work for. How can an agent steer their client toward LSU when they don't know who the boss is going to be? So Dr. Rousse is right. Quote, when you're trying to hire a coach, instability is not healthy. That's true, sir. But in 24 hours since your election, you created a massive shockwave. Now, I don't want to overreact to this, so I'm not yelling and screaming. This isn't a doomsday scenario. But, sir, hours after your confirmation, you remove the interim tag, letting the world know and everybody know. I got the call. Ross Dellinger got the call. The Advocate, everybody had it. ESPN, everybody. That they were removing the interim tag and that Verge Ausberry was the AD. And less than 24 hours after that, you're backtracking? That's instability. So whatever perceived stability they had created just 24 hours ago in electing Dr. Wade Rousse and then removing the interim tag from Verge has been flipped on its head again. because now you don't know who your permanent athletic director is. And I think it is going to be hard to hire a football coach without that stability. And I agree that isn't healthy. But in this situation, Dr. Rousse, 2 weeks still from fully taking on the job and 24 hours after being confirmed, has contributed to the instability, unfortunately. So, sir, you don't need my advice, but my advice would be make a decision and stick with it. And if you're not ready to make a decision, then don't say anything. Because the topsy-turvy events of the last 24 hours have only created more instability. We'll follow it. All right. It's after further review. Show Open Every Day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR. Can everybody around here just shut up? Like, can people stop talking? Can the governor stop talking? Can Dr. Rousse stop talking? Can all you people just stop talking? And do anything covertly? Do anything tactfully? All right. We're brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR, the official beer of the LSU Tigers, the official beer of the New Orleans Saints. You can find Bud Light at great local retailers at your favorite watering hole. You know the drill. Make sure you grab the officially licensed LSU cans and aluminum bottles in the white Bud Light cans and aluminum bottles. Hat tip homage to LSU wearing white at home. Picked up a case of the 24 cans, the LSU cans, just this weekend over at Rouse's. You can find it at great local retailers as well. Drink easy with Bud Light, the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR. Okay. Frank Wilson was on the SEC. They are going to play a game this week. Unbelievable. It's LSU Alabama week. It's Wednesday of LSU Alabama week, and I've probably said 2 words about the game all week. It's unbelievable. Looks like Whit Weeks is going to miss another game. I'll tell you all that back in Nashville, but we'll give you the latest next on AFR.
After further review.
We're brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Highly recommend, if you've heard me talk about Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, even if it's not ED treatment, if you've heard me talk about hormone replacement therapy, if you've heard me talk about all the non-pharmaceutical options that they have and supplements they have to help with so many things like gut health or anxiety or muscle growth, tissue repair, recovery from injury, all that sort of stuff. Where you got to start is with drawing your blood labs. That's going to be the first thing you do. So call and set up an appointment or log on to yourgoodwood.com, 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 and just set up the appointment. It's not going to take long. They're going to draw your blood labs. They'll run them. They'll get the results, and they'll go over the results to tell you where you're deficient and what they think might be able to safely, affordably supplement to get you feeling great again. yourgoodwood.com.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. First time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient. And you will have your pool in no time.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
I'm going to pivot real quick because I teased this. Let me play this. SEC coach, I'll talk more about this in detail later. Frank Wilson, SEC coaches teleconference on Wednesday, gave the update on LSU junior linebacker Whit Weeks, who hasn't played since South Carolina.
Whit Weeks, not as much. I think he's probably more doubtful at this time, considering today. We'll see in today's practice how he looks. So we're hopeful, but I'm not quite sure.
Okay, so again, just for those that aren't familiar, we all know that Whit was injured late in the Ole Miss game. LSU went into its bye. The week after that was South Carolina. He played against South Carolina. Clearly needed more time off when they, I would assume, then discovered the injury was worse than what they thought, or he re-aggravated it. They haven't talked much about it, so it's hard for me to say definitively. There's things that that I've been told I'm not comfortable saying publicly yet, but suffice to say that before the Vanderbilt game, when we were in Nashville, if you have care to go watch the Open or listen to the Open of that Friday show from Nashville, when Whit Weeks was questionable at that point, it was a quote-unquote game time decision. He was never going to play in that game. And he wasn't going to play against Texas A&M. And at that point, from what I was told in Nashville, it was probably going to be a reach for him to be able to play against Alabama. And I think you could sense that in my tone, and I've said that many times since. But, yeah, I don't – it would be wonderful if Whit could find a way to get out there and run around a little bit and give you something. I just don't think that's going to happen. That's an opinion, by the way. I haven't been told that. But based on the information I have been given about the nature of the injury, I don't think he'll be out there playing. If he's dressed and gives you something, even just as an emotional leader, great. I think it's hard to anticipate that happening. So I'll give you a little bit more about that later. But I said I wanted to pivot because the thing that I had planned to do to open the show today was to talk about Verge Ausberry becoming the full-time AD, and then Dr. Rousse made the comments he did to Piper Hutchinson with the Louisiana Illuminator, calling into question. Well, I mean, I don't know if that's just a semantic game. I don't know what he's really saying, that he doesn't know the difference between dropping the interim and being permanent. I mean, that's the same thing. You remove the interim tag, you're saying that he's no longer the interim athletic director, he's the athletic director. But whatever. What I wanted to start the show today was talking about Verge Ausberry as the permanent athletic director. And I could give you my opinion, and I will. But I think sometimes the validation on something like that comes from other people who know Verge well and work with him. Frank Wilson on the SEC coaches teleconference this morning. Again, so this was before Dr. Rousse sort of backtracked. Frank Wilson at 10 o'clock this morning on the SEC Coaches Teleconference had this to say about Verge being promoted.
A lot of admiration, a lot of respect for Verge Ausberry. I think he is detailed. I think he's professional. I think he has a view holistically of what it takes to run an athletic program. And he's done due diligence. He's put in the work. I think it's a position that he has earned over the years. I'm ecstatic for him. I think he'll do an outstanding job in leading the LSU athletic program in the right direction.
Frank, co-sign, big endorsement there. Kim Mulkey, last night after the women's basketball team beat Houston Christian, she was asked, and by the way, last Thursday, the day that LSU and Scott Woodward mutually agreed to part ways. LSU played, the women's basketball team played an exhibition. Kim Mulkey did not go to the postgame. Bob Starkey did. And I think we can all understand why Bob Starkey went to the postgame, because you put Kim Mulkey in front of a microphone, she's going to speak her mind. And I think the decision was made, let's let you sit this one out, because she's very loyal to Scott. Scott Woodward hired her. Well, last night after LSU beat Houston Christian in the season opener, Kim Mulkey was asked about the decision with Scott Woodward parting ways and Verge Ausberry being named the AD.
Scott hired me. So anytime a coach is hired by somebody, you have special feelings. My feelings are far deeper because I'm from this state. And I want all of us to always do good. I want us to look good. I want us to smell good. I want us everything good about this state. So I'm happy. I heard Verge is now the AD. I'm happy because I think Verge is like a lot of us. He grew up in this state. This is his school. And time will help all of us.
I mean, you don't think she's pissed? She's pissed about Scott Woodward, but promoting Verge, she was in favor of it. Look, LSU can go conduct a big national search to find an athletic director that's been a Power 4 athletic director before, and we've talked about some of those names. You know, Josh Brooks from Georgia is one that came up because he's from Hammond, went to LSU, and now is the AD at Georgia. And it's true that if you've sat in that chair, when you're the number one, not the number two, you're the number one guy, everything, or lady, and everything, the buck stops with you, it's a different level of responsibility, and Verge hasn't done that. But there's nobody, literally nobody, that works at LSU Athletics that knows more about the inner workings of LSU Athletics than Verge Ausberry. He has been there for parts of 4 decades and has done everything. And not just for football, across all sports, from ticketing, scheduling, revenue, options, all that sort of stuff. He's done everything. Coaching searches. He loves LSU, fiercely loyal, could have left at any point to go become an athletic director at a smaller school and bounce around, but stayed at LSU. He is supremely qualified to do this job. He has the respect of people all over athletics. The man came on this show yesterday and said that every 2 to 3 weeks he has a standing conversation with Nick Saban. They haven't worked together in 20 years. They still talk every 2 to 3 weeks. People will take his phone call. People will listen when he speaks. Listen to the people who have worked with him that celebrated with him last night when the interim tag was removed. I have not only no problem, I would wholeheartedly endorse Verge Ausberry being the permanent athletic director at LSU, if that's the direction they choose to go. Now, if Dr. Rousse wants to conduct a national search and hire someone else, that's his prerogative. And I gave you names they were talking to, and there were 5 names initially. 2 of them were in-state ADs. Heath Schroyer at McNeese, who worked with Dr. Rousse there, J.R. Teagues at Southeastern, Verge, the in-house candidate, and then I gave you the 2 outside candidates, the AD at Florida State, who's from Acadiana, and then Brooks, who's the AD at Georgia. Those are the 5. And I'll tell you that there's one more candidate outside of athletic administration, a very successful business person? No, it's not Todd Graves. Every time you mention anything, you're like, Todd Graves? No, not. The answer to everything is not always Todd Graves. Todd's fantastic. He's been amazingly generous, philanthropic in so many ways, super successful, and always a very kind person more than anything else to me and all the interactions I've had with Todd over the years. But the answer to every question isn't Todd Graves. But I can tell you that I know that Dr. Rousse has had a conversation with another potential candidate who is interested in the job, not from the athletic administration world, but a very successful business person who has expressed interest in the job, and apparently there's at least some mutual interest there. That was before Verge had gotten the interim tag removed Tuesday night. So maybe Dr. Rousse is going to conduct a big search and go a different direction at some point. I don't know. I would love to know what changed for him from Tuesday night, we're removing the interim tag, to Wednesday late morning. Well, I don't really know the difference between removing the interim and permanent. Yeah, you do. And if you don't, you probably shouldn't be a university administrator. But something changed. Some bit of feedback he got spooked him into reversing course. And he can try to cover it however he wants, and we'll see what direction it goes. But if they land back on Verge Ausberry as the full-time athletic director, I think LSU would be in fantastic hands. A guy that is qualified and more than capable of doing that job. And sometimes you know the answer to the question when it's right in front of you. I mean, we see this. When Bob Stoops suddenly retired, Lincoln Riley, head coach. I'm not saying that's always the path you go, but it does happen that way. Jim Harbaugh went to the NFL. Sharon Moore, head coach. Again, I'm not saying that's always the best way. I'm not saying that's the path you have to follow every time. There's times promoting the popular assistant doesn't work. Gary Pinkel retired at Missouri. They promoted Barry Odom. Disaster. It's an inexact science. Now I'm talking about coaching and not administration. And there's a lot of different variables in coaching that don't exist in athletic administration. But I think Verge Ausberry is more than capable of doing the job. He loves LSU. He knows everything about LSU. He knows every power broker at LSU. He's built and maintained those relationships. The coaches that would be working under him have endorsed him. That would be an excellent hire if they circle back and that's where they land. I guess we're just not going to get that answer yet. All right, it's after further review. We're brought to you by Supper Club. SupperClubBTR.com, SupperClubBTR.com. I got stone crabs in, y'all. Chef Layton and I were talking last week. He said, man, look, we got stone crabs back in now. They buy them direct from the fishermen, which is incredible when you think about it. These are stone crabs they're in the water yesterday. They're on your plate at Supper Club today. You could not have anything fresher unless if you were literally catching them yourself and getting out of your boat and then cooking them right there on the beach. I don't know that there's a possible way that you could have fresher stone crab than what you get at Supper Club. SupperClubBTR.com for your reservation. SupperClubBTR.com. SupperClubBTR.com. Open Tuesday through Saturday. Maybe you're celebrating a birthday, an anniversary. Maybe you got that Christmas party coming up. They're taking reservations. You want to book any space, any size space, or even the entire restaurant if you want over at Supper Club for your holiday party. You can do it. SupperClubBTR.com. SupperClubBTR.com. All right, y'all, it is after further review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. Our Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Let me knock out a break. I want to, we'll go around the SEC when we come back. Taylor Calandro is here in about a dozen minutes for Bourbon Dictionary. WAFB is reporting, I swear at some point we're going to get back to talking about LSU and Alabama, maybe. But WAFB has obtained an email from Brian Kelly the day of his firing 2 Sundays ago. And it talks a little bit about his buyout. He talks a little bit about his buyout. So we're going to get to that as well here at the top of hour number 2. We got a lot to do and glad you're hanging out. It's AFR.
AFR.
Let's Rev. Go to letsrev.com, R-E-V, letsrev.com, letsrev.com. Home or business, man, 70,000 Louisianians. I mean, my goodness, home owners, business owners trust Rev. For high-speed internet, even home automation, cable, I can do all of that for you at Rev. But remember, they are backed by 90 years of local service. When you call Rev, you're getting someone here in the local market, not a call center overseas. They're local, and they've been local for 90 years, 9-0. That's Rev, R-E-V, letsrev.com, letsrev.com. And their lightning-fast internet speeds are backed by the power of an all-fiber network. That fiber's buried, which means when a storm comes, you don't have to worry about the lines being knocked down and you being knocked offline because it's buried underground. Switch today. Learn more at letsrev.com. R-E-V. Letsrev.com.
Raising Cane's is our victory meal.
Football fans are some of the most dedicated fans in sports. It's a fundamental quality we share, and that fuels every single order of our hand-battered chicken fingers. Wherever there's football, there's Raising Cane's.
One love. Let's go.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs, set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free, confidential help now.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Having this bye week was good for us, and just in a lot of ways. And got to get ready for a very talented LSU team, and it's good to be playing back at Bryant-Denny Stadium here. We've had a lot of success at home, and need to make sure it continues to stay that way. So can do our part with our preparation, and have everything locked in, and we just got to continue to execute better and better than what we have. It's been solid and improving, but we want to be our best this Saturday.
That's Kalen DeBoer on the SEC Coaches Teleconference. Alabama, LSU both coming off the bye. For LSU, Frank Wilson, same teleconference, described the week here leading up to the Alabama game from the LSU perspective.
Preparation has been steady. a tremendous opportunity before us against a very quality opponent in Alabama. Tall task, but I think our team will be up for it. The presentation and preparation indicates that we're eager to go play, to better ourselves from our last outing. And so one day at a time, growing our football team up, to go to Tuscaloosa in a hostile environment and to play to the best of our ability is our charge.
You know, one of the interesting things, I was doing a radio hit with Ryan Fowler in Tuscaloosa before I came on air today, and he asked, if there was any like a revenge factor from last year's game, and I told him, and I wasn't being coy or anything. I said, Ryan, we really aren't even talking about the game, as odd as that sounds. I mean, it's LSU Alabama week. It's one of the biggest games of the college football calendar annually. But given what's happened here in the last 10 days with Brian Kelly being fired, the governor, Scott Woodward, the new president, Verge, everything that's transpired, the game has sort of taken a backseat in the public consciousness, as many people here are far more concerned with the ancillary things than the next coach than they are what happens Saturday. Of course, LSU, everyone would love to see LSU play well and win that game. That just hasn't been what's front and center, but it will be. But the interesting thing, though, is what we all pay attention to can differ dramatically from what the players and the team internally are focused on. Like Braylon Moore was part of media availability on Tuesday, and he was asked about the vibe of the program. Listen to what Braylon Moore said.
Yeah, we're high energy. There's no time to be low spirits. We go play Bama. They're top 3 in the country, and we're playing at their stadium, so there's no time for us to be low energy. At practice, we're flying around, we're hitting. We're very high energy right now.
High energy. They're flying around. They're hitting. Play number 5, Muse. Listen to this. You remember Braylon Moore started his career at Virginia Tech, where he was for a couple of years, now at LSU. Listen to Braylon Moore talk about this week.
Yeah, that was fun. That was probably one of the funnest periods I've had this year, because that's real football. 9 people on defense, 7 on offense, so we're outnumbered. It was harder on us, but, I love the challenge. And, pads were popping today, and there was just such a high energy, and it made it so fun. So I definitely love that they added that to the practice.
I mean, he said in this availability, it's the most fun he's had at practice in his career. So what we're all talking about, I think, is we're distracted. Understandably. They don't care because – they got to go, those dudes have to go put on pads and go play Alabama, a 7-1 team that's ranked 4th in the country on Saturday, on the road in front of 100,000 people. They don't have time to worry about what could come in the next 4, 6, 8 weeks. They got to go play Alabama on Saturday. So regardless of what we're talking about, it's one of those instances where I believe they are in a totally different mindset in that, cocoon, the bunker mentality, whatever you want to call it, for the football team as opposed to all of us. It'll be fascinating to see how they play on Saturday. A lot on the line. Maybe not for this team as far as playoffs, what the goals were, but certainly with the opportunity to disable Alabama's season a little bit, and also for Frank Wilson, you go win this game on Saturday. We will start because they're going to beat Arkansas and Western Kentucky at home. You beat Bama, we're going to have over the next 3 to 4 weeks real conversations about Frank Wilson as the permanent head coach, not removing the interim tag, actually being the permanent head coach. All right, it's after further review. We're brought to you by Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Rouse's. Hey, look, as we close the holidays, I'm really excited to tell you more about tons of stuff that they have going on at Rouse's leading up to Thanksgiving and to Christmas. They do such an amazing job of giving back during the holidays to people in need, and we're excited about that and telling you more. The Taste of the Holidays event's coming up on November the 15th. At Rouse. You get more information of that on their social media or at Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Taste of the Holidays from 11 to 2 on November the 15th. So you got 10 days before that, but we'll tell you more as we get closer. In the meantime, you need anything, you got to go fill out that grocery list. Maybe there's something you feel like, for example, I drink coffee every morning. You got the Keurig and everything. Used the last K cup this morning. I need them. You know what you could do? Pull up the app. Pick out your items, pull up into one of the spots. Your personal shopper will go pick it out, bring it out to your car. You don't even have to get out, save you time. It's at Rouse's. Download the Rouse's app today, Rouse's.com. Rouse's. This feels like home. All right, do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference, the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Shane Beamer confirmed on the teleconference that Mike Fury will take over as the primary offensive play caller for South Carolina for the remainder of the season. They play Texas A&M, Coastal Carolina, and then Clemson to finish out the season. Fury was hired as the wide receivers coach in spring of 24, added passing game coordinator to his title in December. He had been the head coach at Limestone before Beamer hired him to the staff.
The Tennessee Volunteers.
Josh Heupel's been non-committal on whether or not cornerback Jamad McCoy will play in the final 3 games of the season for Tennessee. They have an open date this week for the closing stretch against New Mexico State, Florida, and Vanderbilt. McCoy's been out on the initial SEC availability report all 6 conference games so far.
The Arkansas Razorbacks.
Arkansas is using the bye week to get a few injured players back on the field. That includes Taylon Green. Took a shot at the end of the game this past week, trying to throw that desperation heave on the final offensive play. Bobby Petrino said Green's looking good and practiced on Tuesday night. Also, defensive end Charlie Collins won't practice this week, but there's a chance he'll be ready for the LSU game.
The Auburn Tigers.
And Auburn has announced a home-and-home series with Notre Dame. The Fighting Irish and the Auburn Tigers will play a home-and-home in 2027 and 2028. They'll play in South Bend in 27, at Jordan-Hare in 2028. All right, there you have it. That is Around the SEC. Hump Day Show is brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Want to look and feel your best? Visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. And remember, Goodwood's part of a 3-pronged monster. They have unique physique, unique aesthetics and wellness, and then also Goodwood at Unique Aesthetics and Wellness, $8 a unit Botox. What did he say? $8 a unit Botox. Is he serious? $8 a unit Botox. Is that an introductory offer? No, not an introductory offer, not a sale. $8 a unit Botox every day at Unique Aesthetics and Wellness right there on Drusilla. It's all in one facility. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, Unique Physique, which is the GLP-1, semaglutide, tirzepatide, and then Unique Aesthetics and Wellness, where they have Botox and all the laser treatments, laser hair removal, all that stuff. It's all there on Drusilla. YourGoodwood.com. Learn more. YourGoodwood.com. Okay, a quick break. Got to go quickly. Taylor Calandro's here for a little Bourbon Dictionary next.
AFR.
It's time, y'all. 42 degrees this morning. It's time to call River City's 1 Hour Air. Get that preseason heater safety check. Save $30 when you mention the show. Just call River City's 1 Hour Air. Mention the show. They'll knock $30 off the price. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001. Look for the big yellow vans and trucks with the giant clock on the side. You see them all over town because your friends and neighbors trust River City's 1 Hour Air the same way that I do. Go read the 5-star Google reviews. They got more than double the amount of 5-star Google reviews of the next closest competitor because for 4 decades, they've been treating people great, doing outstanding work, investing in their people, and providing exemplary service. It's River City's 1 Hour Air. 752-0001, 752-0001. Before you crank on your heater, make sure it's efficient and safe to run during the cold weather months. It's River City's 1 Hour Air. 752-0001.
In South Louisiana, you can always count on good people coming together to help our children.
At Dreams Come True, we grant wishes for Louisiana children with life-threatening illnesses. But to do this, we need funds.
That's why we're trying to raise $100,000 for Dreams Come True by giving away the Blessed Builders School.
Make your backyard's dream come true while helping our kids.
Just go to dreampoolla.com and you can find out how your $25 donation might help win you a Duplessis pool.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com. They're the gang with the slang.
Keep it 100. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is Bourbon Dictionary with Matt Moscona and Taylor Calandro.
I don't understand.
Oh, I could use a heavy pour right now. Barrel proof. Neat. Taylor, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Let's just talk about booze. What's new?
Nothing much super new. There was something that we got like a month or two ago. It's a smaller distillery. Have you had anything from Dark Arts?
No.
They're like a blender. They do a lot of finishing kind of stuff, but smaller people. I think they're out of Lexington. But anyway, we have a French oak finish that we got a couple months ago that I just never had any desire to try, that I tried at a restaurant over the weekend, and it is a great little pour. It's $100, and I wasn't really expecting much out of it, but it was nice.
What's it called again?
It's called Dark Arts, and I can't remember the exact name, but it's French oak stave finish.
Are you saying Dark Arts? ARTS?
Dark Arts, yes. Dark Arts, yeah.
Arts. Okay.
But that's the name of the distillery, but it's the French oak stave finished one.
Okay. All right.
It's good. It's a smaller distillery. A lot of people ask about smaller distilleries, and that's one. I usually don't give them a chance, but it was solid.
Oh, we're doing the show tomorrow, or Friday, I should say, over at Don Juan. Pinhook is our sponsor. Y'all carry any of the Pinhook Vertical Series?
Yeah, I don't know exactly which ones we have right now, but yeah, we have a ton of Pinhook expressions.
They've done a great job, and their blender is in New Orleans. Their master blender's in New Orleans.
Yeah, I can't remember the name, but yeah, I knew that. Louisiana has a lot of roots in the alcohol industry around the country and the world. It's kind of bizarre, and in different segments too. It's not just like whiskey. There's a lot of wine people too.
Sure. Let's see. We got a couple minutes. Let's see if we can get some questions in here. Sean said, "Ask Taylor, what are your thoughts about Unholy Roller?"
Unholy Roller. That's the grapefruit one. I like everything that Urban South does, and I think that's it's a spinoff of Holy Roller. I think it's the grapefruit, but anyway, I like all their IPAs.
Greg said, "Ask Taylor, what bourbon did Kelly usually buy when coming into Calandro's?"
I never saw him in there. Is he a drinker?
I mean, I don't know. I've been places and Kelly might have had a beer,
I'm
glass of wine.
Asking. I don't know. I mean, some people don't at all. I'm curious. I really don't know.
Yeah, no.
And I've had other.
Bro, a Catholic dude from Boston Of course he
Oh,
drinks.
he drinks. Absolutely.
All right, we got real quick. We got less than a minute. Raffle. Let's give people the deets and when tickets are going to be available and all that stuff.
I think it's December 11th, but we don't have any details yet. So stay tuned because we don't really have anything set yet.
December 11th in store there on Government Street, raising money for kids again. St. Lillian Academy, same deal.
Yes, I believe yes.
Love it, man. Awesome job as always. All right, we'll whenever the world quiets down a little bit with all this stuff, we'll have more time. But appreciate it as always, man.
All right, man. See you.
All right, thanks. That's Taylor Calandro. It's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Parish Construction and Roofing, parishbuilt.com. Hey, go to the website, parishbuilt.com. We have a really cool thing we're doing, the 12 Days of Christmas. I'll tell you more. We're going to bless 12 families. Excited to roll that out. It's all at the website, parishbuilt.com.
AFR.
All right, y'all. SportsCenter's coming up. We get you caught up on national headlines. When we come back, I do want to talk about this story with Brian Kelly, who sent an email to members of the LSU administration about his buyout. So we'll get to that in just a second. We are brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Energy-efficient replacement windows, beautiful entry doors, hardy plank vinyl siding. They do it all. They do it better than anyone over at Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. I tell you this every day, and it matters because a lot of people will, you need to install windows or doors, or you're looking at hardy plank or vinyl siding or shutters, and you're going to get quotes to see who's going to give you the best price. And I'll remind you that what your parents told you when you were young. You get what you pay for. And at Relief Windows, that's true. You will find someone who will sell you windows, doors cheaper. They will never be the cheapest, but they will always be the best. It's Relief Windows. Experience it today. Go to reliefwindows.com.
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
I trust the lake.
While Louisiana politics can seem like they're from another planet, Moon Griffon isn't afraid to bring politicians back down to earth. Listen to the Moon Griffon Show weekday mornings at 9 on Talk 107.3.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
Raising Cane's is our victory meal.
Football fans are some of the most dedicated fans in sports. It's a fundamental quality we share, and that fuels every single order of our hand-battered chicken fingers. Wherever there's football, there's Raising Cane's.
One love. Let's go.
Supreme Jasmine is premium American-grown rice. From local farms to your table, every grain is supreme. Pick up a bag of Jasmine or any other of our Supreme American rice.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team color, team swag, and now your very own website, LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net, powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
In South Louisiana, you can always count on good people coming together to help our children.
At Dreams Come True, we grant wishes for Louisiana children with life-threatening illnesses. But to do this, we need funds.
That's why we're trying to raise $100,000 for Dreams Come True by giving away the Blessed Builder School.
Make your backyard's dream come true while helping our kids.
Just go to dreampoolla.com and you can find out how your $25 donation might help win you a Duplessis pool.
Every winner knows a great play starts with a solid game plan.
and the right team by your side. At Sunshine, we're here to keep your operation running strong. From tractors to harvesters, we've got the John Deere equipment you need to tackle every job with confidence. Because when the work's done right, there's more time for the things that matter, like cheering on your favorite team. Make Sunshine Quality Solutions part of your playbook this season and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has...
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. One day after his blockbuster trade from the Jets, cornerback Sauce Gardner practiced with his new team, the Colts, today. Whether he makes his Indy debut Sunday against the Falcons in Germany depends on one thing: if he clears concussion protocol in time. Gardner will be a perfect fit for defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo's system, notes ESPN NFL front office insider Mike Tannenbaum.
This is what he wants. He wants a longer corner that can play man-to-man. And if we're trying to get to the Super Bowl, at some point, be it Buffalo, Baltimore, Kansas City, we're going to have to get off the field and play man-to-man. I love the move. Look, you're paying a massive premium, but you're also saying we have our quarterback in Daniel Jones.
Mike Tannenbaum on Clinton and Friends. Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud out against Jacksonville Sunday. He remains in concussion protocol. Cardinals put quarterback Kyler Murray on injured reserve because of his foot injury, meaning he'll miss at least the next 4 games. NBA Lakers guard Austin Reeves sidelined a second straight game tonight versus the Spurs with groin soreness, 10 Eastern ESPN. Warriors guard Steph Curry out tonight against the Kings. Forwards Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler are both questionable.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Thursday. The Pats and the Bucks both lead their divisions, but are they both legit Super Bowl contenders? It's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt. Shut up, kid. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Used to. And Mr. Toby Tom Play. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Julian Council will be here in 15 minutes from right now. Julian is a friend who covers Carolina Panthers, does radio, and also the host of Locked On Panthers. We'll get a look at of the New Orleans Saints opponent this week as the Saints head up to Charlotte to take on the Carolina Panthers. Our friends over at WAFB Television, since we've been on air, this dropped via Freedom of Information Records request, obtained an email from Brian Kelly on the day that he was fired, 2 Sundays ago, addressed to Scott Woodward, Verge Ausberry, Julie Cromer, and Austin Thomas. And They published the email. It's not very long. I'll read it to you, but there's one sort of there's two interesting things herein for me anyway. One of them is pretty obvious as it pertains to one of the biggest storylines that have dominated this conversation over the last 7 days. So Kelly wrote this email, and by the way, this is up at LouisianaSports.net if you want to go see it. Kelly writes, sending a quick note to confirm that following my termination during our meeting today, I will return all LSU materials in my possession as required by my contract. Let me know if it's better for me to clean out my office or if you would prefer to pack everything up and send it to me. I assume HR will be in touch regarding the other housekeeping matters out there. But let me know if you need anything else from me in the meantime. As we discussed in our meeting, I'm open to your desire to reach a settlement of what's owed to me under the contract, although, of course, it would have to make sense financially. Despite your decision to let me go today, I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to lead this program over the last 4 years and wish you all the best going forward. Best, Brian. So, two things. Number one, there was a report. I'll say, it was Bruce Feldman. Bruce Feldman reported that it was a very contentious meeting with Brian Kelly, where he had certain demands put upon him. He refused. They went back and forth. It was angry, and then he was fired. I was told and reported something very different. And the email recipients should tell you who were part of that conversation. Scott, Verge, Julie, Austin, and Brian. What I was told is that meeting where Scott Woodward fired Brian Kelly was very cordial. It lasted about 5 minutes. There was no contentious behavior there. There were no demands put on Brian Kelly to fire anybody or else. He was just told he didn't have support and that they were letting him go. He was going to be fired. He accepted it and left. When you read the tone of the email Brian Kelly sent, again, so this was Sunday, just after the meeting where he was fired, doesn't the tone of that email suggest that he took it in a very professional manner? That's certainly one of my takeaways reading this. The other part, as you probably guess, is Brian Kelly saying that he is open to a settlement. The line is, as we discussed in our meeting, I'm open to your desire to reach a settlement of what's owed me under the contract, although, of course, it would have to make sense financially. So to reiterate, from my understanding of how that day played out, that meeting with Brian Kelly and the LSU brass who were addressed in that email was a little before noon when he was told he was being let go. And then a short time later is when Brian Kelly's agent, Trace Armstrong, got involved to negotiate the buyout. I'm told LSU did make an offer that was rejected. And there's been a lot of different reports about his buyout and who committed what or contributed, and there's been different language used. But I'll continue to say, to the best information that I have, is there is no settlement agreement, that there has not been a single booster. And look, and the governor, by the way, on AFR last week said that a single booster has not stepped up to pay the buyout or even the lion's share of the buyout. So this has not been settled yet. And I also don't necessarily think it's a great surprise. I guess the best way that I would say this is, look, sometimes those contracts are structured. Mark Stoops is a good example at Kentucky. So if Kentucky fires Mark Stoops, they'd owe him, I think the number's $40 million. It's in that range. But they have to pay him like within 60 days. So they've got to come up with the lump sum now. Brian Kelly's buyout isn't a lump sum payment. He would be paid out over the duration of the contract. So it would be that number. I mean, you could take a look. It was a 10-year, $95 million contract. So over 10 years, it averages out to about just a little under $800,000 a month. So basically, his contract is that he would be paid 90% of the balance of the contract over the remainder of time. So it would just be monthly installments over the remainder of that deal over the next 6 years. So Brian Kelly could, in theory, just sit back for the next 6 years and get $800K a month from LSU. Or they could say, hey, look, you can do that, or we can give you X now, one big lump sum, or two big lump sums. This is actually one of the things I was told, is that they offered him two different lump sum payments at a lesser number, which I was told he rejected. And I don't blame him. It was a dramatically lower number than the $53 million he's owed. But think of it like you win the lottery. Do you want to take the lump sum or the annuity? I mean, if we were all so lucky to have the opportunity to make that decision. But like, do you want to take the lump sum, which is smaller, or the annuity, which is you get paid over the duration of your life, however many years that would be for the full amount of the buyout. Most everyone takes the lump sum. You want it all now. So that's kind of the decision that Brian Kelly would have to make. Whatever offer LSU made, could they reach an agreement on a lesser number, and a lump sum that they pay him now, or does he get paid over 6 years? Ed Ogeron, for example, got paid over many years. I think Ed's final payment is next month. I think it's December of this year is the final payment of Ed's buyout. So he'll just go straight from Ed Ogeron's buyout into Brian Kelly's buyout, in theory, if it goes that way. But the other reason why Brian Kelly might be willing to settle is because if he does want to coach again, remember there's mitigation in his contract. So if he gets a new deal, his buyout is offset by the amount he gets paid. So let's say he goes and gets another coaching job and he makes $3 million a year. I'm just throwing out a number. I really don't know. Well, then his buyout number is reduced by that $3 million per year, or the total value of that contract. Whereas if he took a lump sum, he gets the whole thing now, and he can move on. Like, that's ultimately what happened with Les Miles, where he was collecting buyout money. Then he wanted to go coach Kansas. And so the clause effectively said, all right, with the remainder of this, let's negotiate the lesser number so we can be done with this and you can go coach Kansas. So from LSU's perspective, it would be very beneficial financially if Brian Kelly got another job. I don't believe he's going to coach next year. That's just my opinion. That I think Brian Kelly's more likely to go do TV or something like that, try to do media instead of coaching again somewhere else. Again, just an opinion, not anything that I know definitively. But this, at least, if nothing else, I think shows you two things. One, his exit was cordial. It was not contentious, angry yelling. It was cordial. And number two, he is open to a settlement, which makes sense, but the numbers clearly haven't made sense yet. And we'll see if LSU can ever re-engage in these conversations and maybe get some type of an agreement to get that number down and both parties can move on. All right, it's after further review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here on this Hump Day edition of AFR. We are brought to you by Parish Restoration, parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com. Kill mold, remove odor. It's their patented non-toxic dry fog treatment that I tell you about every single day. And when I say patented non-toxic, remember, patented means nobody else can do it. And then non-toxic means it's non-toxic. It's safe for your family, for your pets, for your plants. You don't have to move furniture out. You're not ripping out sheetrock, pulling out carpet, anything like that. They just come in, they spray, close up all the windows, doors, let that fog dwell. It'll kill everything down to the spores. And then you go back in, clean, sanitize, great smelling, all of it. Parish Restoration. Parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com. Okay, y'all. Russ Mitchell in 1 hour. We'll get his thoughts on all of this. We'll preview the weekend ahead in the Southeastern Conference, including LSU at Alabama. When we come back, Saints are on the road again this week. 3 road games for New Orleans. All 3 losses by double digits. Oh, well, I guess 4 now. 4 road games, all 4 road losses by double digits. They're back on the road again this week in Carolina against one of the surprise teams in the NFL, the 5-4 Panthers, who have matched their win total of a season ago already here in year 2 under Dave Canales. We'll head up to Charlotte. Julian Council will join us next. Preview the Panthers. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by the Watermark and the Renaissance. Watermark downtown, Renaissance Southtown, Renaissance Baton Rouge, sprawling, gorgeous hotel right there on Blue Bonnet across from the Mall of Louisiana and Perkins Row with 13,000 square feet of meeting space. Just a few weeks ago, as a matter of fact, was at a charity event at Renaissance Baton Rouge. They had the whole ballroom open. You can have your event there. If it's a fundraiser, if it's an awards banquet, several years back, the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters had their, when the LAB Awards were in Baton Rouge, they had the awards banquet at Renaissance Baton Rouge. We had our LouisianaSports.net launch party last year at Renaissance Baton Rouge in the area between Tallulah and the Terrace, right there. Indoor-outdoor flow, great vibe. If it's wedding receptions or any type of event you're looking to have, there's no better place in Baton Rouge than Renaissance Baton Rouge. Call Allison Crump today at Renaissance Baton Rouge.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs. Set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free confidential help now.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Mornings with Brian Haldane is the only live and local talk show in the capital city. Get the news from the newsmakers, along with traffic and weather updates throughout the morning. The conversation starts weekday mornings at 6 on Talk 107.3.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs. Set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free confidential help now.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com. Who dat say they're gonna beat them Saints? Let's head behind enemy lines to preview this week's matchup.
I love when he runs the ball. He runs physically, and when he finishes his runs, makes the DBs have to show up and make decisions about whether they want to put a shoulder on him or not. Gets the group going, and the guys get really animated when he finishes runs, in a violent manner and want to get behind and push. So, and he's done a great job of that just consistently, with the opportunities he's had.
Dave Canales, Panthers head coach, talking about Rico Dowdle, and I tell you, one of the surprise teams in the NFL this year at 5-4. They've already matched their win total of a season ago. Julian Council, Locked On Panthers. He's on Twitter at Julian Council. Easy enough. How are you, dude?
Doing well, man. How are you, man?
The Saints stink and LSU is a dumpster fire. Let's just talk about the game.
I was enjoying all the dumpster fireness of LSU last week, but it looks like maybe they've kind of gotten their stuff together over the last 48 hours.
Let's say it. Let's not revel in our misery. Let's stay on task here, Julian. Come on, man. Okay. Seriously though, Panthers, how've they done it?
Dude, great question, because I'm still trying to figure out how they've done it. They've done it by having a plan. Because for a while there, once David Tepper bought the team, there wasn't a coherent plan, especially when they gave Cam Newton the option to go seek a trade a couple of years ago, back when Matt Rule was too scared to coach him. They had no coherent plan at quarterback. We've seen that as Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold have left for greener pastures and had success individually in Tampa and in Seattle. And since then, at least they stuck to a plan of, okay, this is the guy we want to go after in Bryce Young. We're going to give up a lot to go get him, but they're going to stick by him. And things were a little shaky at the beginning of last season, but as we saw second half of the year, Bryce looked like the guy that they were hoping he would be and the guy he looked like at Alabama. And still this season, he maybe has not played to that level, but he's been consistent. And also, the offensive line was always an issue. They invested the most money in the NFL at that position this season. Defensive line, you get Derek Brown back, add more pieces to that side of the ball as well on the D-line. And what do you know? You have a competent defense. So having a coherent plan and not changing coaches every year has them to the point where they're just a competent football team, Matt. Not a great football team, not a bad football team, competent, which is a long way from where they've been in recent years.
And in a bad division, you're very much in the mix if you're the Panthers for a wild card shot. It's absolutely within the realm of possibility. And look, Rico Dowdle's a big part of that, man. We heard the soundbite from Dave Canales coming in. Give me your impression about the guy averaging nearly 6 yards a carry so far through 9 games.
Did not see that coming at all. And if anyone did, I don't think he would have been signing to come to Carolina to be the number 2 back behind Chuba Hubbard for $2.75 million with another $3.5 million available in incentives. And he's going to get those incentives, by the way. He's already got $500,000. $3 million is certainly remaining that he can absolutely get to based on his performance.
Him.
And if they, it's awesome. And that has a lot of people asking, so what did the Panthers do about Rico next year? Like, y'all, just enjoy what he's done so far over the last couple of weeks. Like, those are February and early March conversations. We don't need to have that. The team's 5-4 for the first time since 2019. So just focus on how well he's playing. But, yeah, man, he runs hard. And that's the thing about him. Like, it's not like Chuba Hubbard didn't do that, but there's a burst and explosiveness that you're seeing out of Rico that you didn't see from Chuba to start off this season. And I'm kind of curious how that will all play out after the year. But right now, you have statistically one of the top 3 backs in the league. We can look at since week 5 when he started that game against Miami that he's the leading rusher in the NFL. But throw that away. Go back to week 1. He's 3rd in rushing, and there's a ton of EPA categories, explosive rushing rate that have him in the top 3, even number 2 behind Jonathan Taylor up in Indianapolis, and he has been the best back in the league this year. So, yeah, Rico's been a revelation, and honestly, if they didn't have him, they're not 5-4 because it's not like they've gotten a lot out of the passing game so far this season. So he has been their offense, and he has been just outstanding.
Yeah, the Panthers are 30th in the NFL in passing offense. So really, they're clearly doing it on the ground. Team started 1-3, but they've won now 4 of their last 5. But I want to ask Julian, look at the last 2 games: a 40-9 home loss to the Bills, and then you go on the road to Lambeau and beat the Packers 16-13. You could not have 2 more diametrically opposed results. So, which is more these Panthers?
Yeah, it's not the first time that's happened either because they beat Atlanta 30-0. I don't think much of the Saints. I'm sure you don't. I know your audience certainly doesn't. But they win 30-0 in that game and then go back the next week and lose 42-13 against a Patriots team that we didn't know yet was good. The next week, New England won on Sunday night in Buffalo. So it's like, okay, they're a good football team. Maybe not that big of a deal. But you're right. To lose 40-9 at home, and I'll tell you the demographics here in Charlotte, there's a lot of Bills fans. That was actually really a Bills home game than a Panthers home game. Either way, you lost by 31 points at home to a very good Bills team. How in the world are you going to win in Green Bay? I didn't think they were going to be competitive at all in that football game because I had seen them get blown out by New England and by Buffalo by a combined 60 points. And I had seen them beat the Jets, beat who else is that? Miami, and see that, okay, clearly they're not a terrible team, but they're clearly not a great football team. So maybe they're right there in the middle. So I still think after the win against the Packers, that's what they are because there's still games against 49ers, against the Rams, 2 against Tampa, who I think will win the division, and a game against Seattle and Sam Darnold, their old friend from his time in Carolina. So I still feel like after the upset, they're probably on track to be an 8-win team, which is so much better than where they've been again. So I think they're more of still one of those middle-of-the-road teams that's going to be in the hunt for the playoffs, but I don't think it's going to be a playoff team. Now, if they are able to obviously pull off an upset against some of these other teams later on, then they're a lot better than I thought they were. But I have not seen enough out of Bryce Young and the passing game in particular to believe that they really can be that next tier of teams in the league.
Julian Council is with us at Julian Council. We can get him on X, Locked On Panthers podcast, YouTube. Get it where you find your podcast or there on YouTube. So we talked about the offense, right? I mean, one of the top running games in the league, one of the worst passing games in the league. What about defensively? Where's the strength defensively for Carolina?
The strength has been stopping the run, which was the major weakness last year when they gave up 3,000 yards rushing on the ground and had the worst scoring defense in the history of the NFL. I understand 17 games were played last year. That hasn't always been the case. It doesn't matter. You're living in infamy there with the way they play defensively. Now, getting Derek Brown back is obviously important. He got hurt in that game against New Orleans week 1 last year. Torres meniscus, was out for the 16 games the rest of the way. Him coming back in, you see it every single week. I don't know if you follow Brian Baldinger of the NFL Network on Twitter, but every week he's showing you just Derek Brown ragdolling another 300-pound man in front of him on the interior of offensive line. So that's just some sick stuff that he's doing. But A'Shawn Robinson's been really good. So with Bobby Brown III, who came over from the Rams, and same thing also with Turk Wharton, who came over from Kansas City. They really wanted to invest on the interior, and that's been a strength. And it's not just those guys. You have someone like Christian Roseboom, who had struggled early on in the season, had his best game on Sunday against the Packers. Trevin Wallace, his second year as a starter at inside linebackers, really come of age. Trevon Merrick, who was Defensive Player of the Week in the NFC, he's also been one of those guys who actually step up in the box and make some plays. So the strength of the defense has been stopping the run. They had that one, which seems to be an outlier performance against Buffalo, who's one of the best running teams in the league a couple weeks ago. But last week against the Packers team that maybe should focus more on passing, they were right back to their old ways like they were against Dallas and against Miami and some of the other teams where they had that 3-game stretch where they only allowed 131 yards on the ground. So stopping the run, which was a major weakness, has now become a major strength for this team. At least has been a strength for the defense.
The Saints near the bottom of the league, averaging just 129 yards a game on the ground. It's been not great. What would be, Julian, Carolina's blueprint Sunday to get a win, move to 6-4?
Take care of your business. Just show up, honestly. If we looked at how New Orleans has played this season, like this is one of those games where I look at the way they played against the Jets. They didn't play well, but the Jets are the Jets, and they shoot themselves in the foot by making mistakes. And New Orleans, as I've seen, has turned the ball over 14 times so far this season, which is right there among the bottom of the league. So if you just take care of the ball and you keep handing it to Rico, who hasn't been stopped, and he did miss practice today with a quad injury, which is something that looked like it popped up against Green Bay, but he played through it. I'm not expecting he'll miss any time on Sunday. You just hand it to Rico, get enough out of Bryce, because they got only 102 passing yards on Sunday, and they beat the Packers. So I'm not expecting you need to have 200, 300-yard passing day from Bryce in order to win the game on Sunday against the Saints. It's just be able to win the turnover battle, hand the ball to Rico, and the defense just stop the run and put the game on Tyler Shuck's shoulders, and that should be enough, I would think, against a one-win team.
Julian Council, Locked On Panthers. Get him on Twitter, X at Julian Council. Always appreciate it, man. Thanks for the time.
Absolutely, Matt. We'll be staying tuned to see what happens the next month and a half down there in Baton Rouge.
It's never boring, man. I'll tell you that much.
No, it's not.
Good to catch up, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Take care.
Hi, buddy. Be well. Julian Council, good dude. We've been able to connect a lot over the years, SEC Media Days and different events. Does a great job. Check out Good week to check out Locked On Panthers if you want to get your Panthers content this week with the Saints heading up to Charlotte. Hey, we're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com. That's southpointvw.com for South Point Volkswagen. Always great deals. Remember, when you are Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer, you're always going to be able to offer great deals to your customers. Like right now, 2025 Atlas for 0.9% for 60 months. 2025 Taos S, 0% for 60 months. 5 years, 0% for 5 years. What are we talking about? Volkswagen deal days are going on right now at South Point Volkswagen. Airline just north of Highland, or online at southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. Remember, the certified pre-owned vehicles as well. Always great deals over at South Point Volkswagen. Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer, South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction? All right, y'all, glad to have you hanging out with us here. Thanks, Julian Council, for hopping aboard. Russ Mitchell will be here in 45 minutes. If you haven't heard, the sort of news of the day today is that the LSU's new president, Dr. Wade Rousse, was at an event in New Orleans today at UNO, and he spoke to Piper Hutchinson of the Louisiana Illuminator and sort of walked back the idea that Verge Ausberry is the full-time AD. Said he removed the interim tag, but doesn't really know the difference between permanent and removing the interim tag, which there is no difference. If you're no longer the interim, then you have the job full-time. But apparently that's not the case. So I will be waiting with bated breath to see what happens now. But the alignment, the uniformity that LSU appeared to have yesterday, now again is sort of flipped on its head. So we'll continue to follow that as we move along. All right, it is after further review. LSU is going to play a football game this weekend. They're going to go to Tuscaloosa and take on Alabama. Frank Wilson getting his team ready for this challenge. He updated that prep today on the SEC Coaches Teleconference. You'll hear from Coach Frank and some of the players next on AFR.
After further review.
And tomorrow, AFR will be over at Court to Table on Burbank, and very pleased to let you know that Gordon McKernan will be with us on site at 5 o'clock Central Time live. So we're excited to talk to Gordon about everything that's transpired, man. The coaching change, what it means for LSU, the presidential hire, all that stuff. Gordon, of course, a great booster at LSU, but also a great community member. And Gordon gives back in so many ways. Matter of fact, that's the charitable arm of Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Gordon Gives. Go to GordonGives.com, GordonGives.com, GordonGives.com. You want to see all the different ways that Gordon gives back, all the different philanthropy and philanthropic endeavors that the Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys team has. So all over the state of Louisiana, remember, of course, if you've been injured in an accident and it's not your fault, do what injured people in our state have done for 3 decades. Go to GetGordon.com, GetGordon.com, GetGordon.com. We'll see you tomorrow at Court to Table. Get Gordon. Get it done.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Mornings with Brian Haldane is the only live and local talk show in the capital city. Get the news from the newsmakers, along with traffic and weather updates throughout the morning. The conversation starts weekday mornings at 6 on Talk 107.3.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home, with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your...
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
We're going to fight this team. We're going to pick a fight and set the tone from the onset of the game. I like our fans at the end of the game to be proud and say, okay, all right, here we go. That's what we're used to. That's our Tigers in style of play. I don't know what the outcome will be. Here's what I can tell you, though. We're going to pick a fight, all right? We're going to talk with our helmets and our shoulder pads in the right way, in the way that Tigers play.
Frank Wilson was a guest with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn on Off the Bench Wednesday morning. And, you hear often the phrase interim bump, and that's kind of why. Listen, when there's an interim coach, generally the reason there's an interim coach is because things went badly, right? I mean, you came into the season with championship aspirations. You were preseason top 10. You had the number 1 portal class. You spent nearly $20 million on this roster. You beat Clemson. You gotten all the way up to number 3 in the country. You were on everybody's radar. I was looking at some odds earlier today. After week 1, LSU had a 68% chance of making the playoff. Not winning the championship, but it is a great upset that you are not in that conversation right now. Along with teams like Miami and Penn State, other teams at Clemson that were there in that conversation at the beginning of the season that no longer are front and center in that conversation. So things have gone badly. So you get an interim coach, generally it's a chance to reset, where instead of getting mired in what was wrong and what has been ailing your team throughout the course of this season, it is a sort of a line of demarcation to say what happened. Now let's just play the next 4 games. Go have fun and see what happens. It feels like the start of a new season. It is a new beginning. And a lot of times you have corny motivational tactics. And, yeah, they're corny. But if you get buy-in, that's all that matters. You and I can think it's silly. But if the guys think it matters, that's all that matters. And so Frank Wilson has this thing that he's calling the all-in drum that he explained on the teleconference today.
It's something I learned years ago from Pete Carroll, and over the years have continued to carry with us since probably 2005, and it representing the drum being the heartbeat of the football team and making clear understanding and distinction that when the football goes into play, the game starts. At the end of the game, the referee will hoist the ball above his shoulders, indicating the game is over. So for our special teams unit, they breathe life into the game. And so being a tone setter, whether it's the kickoff return team, the kickoff coverage team, is pivotal to us to be able to start fast and breathe life into the game. And so I wanted to bring that symbolism, if you will, of the heartbeat so we could charge our special teams, we could charge our team that when the ball goes in play, life has been injected into us, and we use the drum to be symbolic of that.
I mean, got the drum, got the heartbeat, got the Pete Carroll references. All he's got to do is break out the binder, and we are right back into 2016. I mean, we just hopped into that DeLorean, cranked that thing up to 88 miles an hour. We are right back in 2016 right now. For what it's worth, Trey Green, he loves the all-in drum.
So it's like the heartbeat. So right before special teams, they symbolize the heartbeat. They beat do-do, 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 and they get faster and faster and faster and faster. And then the special teams coordinator come in and special teams, ready. It's great. It gets us pumped. It gets us hyped.
Get some hype. Whit Weeks, speaking with reporters, asked about the vibe. What's the vibe like this week with Frank Wilson out there?
I think it's been good. I think he's doing a great job bringing the guys together, really keeping us together and bringing energy every day for us. So we're still one team, and I still feel like we're all together. So it's been good.
He wanted to say one heartbeat so bad. We're one team. Why he wanted to say it so bad. Braylon Moore, he likes Frank Wilson's style.
Yeah, he's very calm and collected, but fiery at the same time. Like he'll come in here and talk and just be real smooth, and then all of a sudden he's firing, he's screaming, and it just wakes everyone up. I think we need that, and they're incorporating different things to just kind of bring up the energy and kind of change it a little bit, and I really loved it.
Okay. So a lot of that now is pretty obvious, right? Frank Wilson, who is a great communicator, a great motivator, a great relationship builder. It's why he's been an awesome recruiter. This is the situation where he thrives. Not that dissimilar from Ed Ogeron. Like those commonalities, right? Those similarities in their personality are why they're great in these situations. Amid chaos, you can get people to believe. Ed was great at that. Frank is great at that. Is it going to net results on Saturday against Alabama? We'll see. I don't know. LSU's going to have to play a heck of a lot better. But one of the things that they're going to have to do clearly, and that Frank Wilson has talked about, is being physical. On Monday, when Frank Wilson met with reporters, said Blake Baker came up to him and said he needs a physical run period in practice to simulate that for the defense. Well, in that interview with Off the Bench on Wednesday, number 3, Frank Wilson talked about the physicality. Remember, Frank said to Blake Baker, he's like, you want a physicality in practice? You got it. Well, that was Tuesday's practice. How'd it go?
They embraced it. Certainly, it was controlled. We didn't take people to the ground. But in the trenches, in that box, in spaces, there's opportunity to be sincere with contact. As we say, kiss him with your face mask. Uncoil your hips. All right, you fit him and let him run. And so it was thud, but it was one that our kids enjoyed, had fun in doing so. And you know what? We can do that. We can block that. We can run that. We can fit that at warp speed. And so we challenged our team to do so, and they responded in a very positive manner.
Kiss him with your face mask. Kiss him with your face mask. Yeah. And one more. This was Braylon Moore, if you want the other side. This was the offense. This is Braylon Moore on the offensive side talking about the physicality of practice.
I would just say there's a big point of emphasis on playing physical and running the ball. Everything starts at the line of scrimmage and the run game. If we can run the ball, it opens everything else up. Our offense has been the most successful when we're able to run the ball. We need to do that.
It's not a surprise. It's not a secret. It's like, I'm an idiot. I'm just a 43-year-old bald guy who 25 years ago played offensive line in high school. No glory days here whatsoever. You got 2 NFL players that sit in these chairs in the morning. Everyone is smarter than me. Everyone. I'm not smart. I know you have to run the football. Like, it's very obvious. It's very obvious. Your offensive line can't protect your quarterback. It's affected your quarterback's ability to be accurate and let things develop down the field. It's not been that you can't run the football. It's been that you won't run the football. LSU has 225 rushing attempts on the season. That's near the bottom of the country in attempts. You have to be willing to try. You can't go to Ole Miss and have rushing attempts on consecutive plays twice the whole game. You can't have 1 rushing attempt by a running back in the entire first half. Like, you can't do that and have success. You can't have Harlem Berry average 7 yards a carry in the first half against A&M, give him the ball in the first play of the third quarter, then he never touches it again. Like, that is not a winning formula. Like, again, I'm an idiot, and I know that. Now, the change you have energy and buy-in. You have physicality in practice. And you have a head coach who is the running backs coach and a play caller that is an offensive lineman that is going to focus on running the ball. I will tell you there is one thing I am certain of Saturday. One thing. I have no idea how the LSU may lose 42-7. I have no idea how the game's going to play out. Nuss may get sacked 7 times. The defense, Ty Simpson may run for 100 yards in this game. He's run for 70 yards all season. He may run for 100 in this game. I don't know. I have no one may guard Ryan Williams or It could be a disaster. I have no idea how the game's going to go. One thing that I am certain of is that when the game is over and we look at the box score, you will look at the rushing attempts on the season, and the percentage of rushing attempts is going to be the highest it's been all year. It has to be. It's the single biggest, most obvious change that the people running this thing now will make, as opposed to Joe Sloan calling plays prior with Brian Kelly as the head coach. They are just going to commit to running the football. And it may not work. They may get stuffed. They may run for 1.2 yards a carry. They may get run out of Brian Dennehy Stadium. I don't know. But it's evident. Like, they're telling you they're going to run the football. Frank Wilson saying we're going to pick a fight with our helmets and shoulder pads. Physicality in practice. The all-in drum. I mean, he's pulling out all the stops. Said 2 weeks, try to get healthy, get dudes out there, and get rolling. One team, one heartbeat. Let's go. Love me some interim ed. I didn't love full-time ed. Love me some interim ed. Let's go, interim Frank. See what you got. All right, it's after further review. Oh, we're brought to you by Evermore. Dude, Russ. Guess what got him?
Who? I don't know.
Russ.
Oh, Russ. What got Russ? Oh, no.
What do you think got him? What happened this weekend?
Oh, dude, I am so in the dark right now. I'm sorry.
That's okay, Muse. Daylight savings. Russ lives in Arizona. They don't do daylight savings. So he missed the time.
Oh, dear Lord, Russ.
He's an hour off. He's so stupid. Anyway, Russ in 30 minutes from right now. It's after further review. We are brought to you by Evermore. EVAMOR, Evermore.com, Evermore.com. Drink Evermore. I got mine on set with me every single day. It's at my desk upstairs on the 4th floor. It's at my house. EVAMOR, Evermore.com. Big shout out to everybody. When you see it, a lot of you snap photos, you tweet me, you send me DMs, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it may be on the text line. I love screenshotting those, sending them off to Shane and the whole team over at Evermore. They love to see that as well. They love the AFR community embracing me. It's a Louisiana company. It's a Louisiana product. It's natural artesian water right there on the North Shore in Tangipahoa Parish in Covington. It's Evermore, EVAMOR. You want to find great local retailers that sell Evermore, go to the website, evermore.com, evermore.com, and you can order it online at evermore.com. I take my swig. I drink a lot of Evermore. And I pee a lot, too. Muse can confirm. Muse and Paula can confirm.
Normally happens when you drink a lot of water. Yeah.
I pee a lot. It's good. It's healthy. It's very healthy.
Correct, yes.
All right. Muse will do Tigers and the Pros to wrap up hour number 2 next.
After further review.
Big shout out to our friends over at Duplessis Builders, duplessisbuilders.net. Two things very important to tell you about first and foremost. You want a pool or an outdoor kitchen? Duplessis Builders, they can build it for you. And yes, they could do the custom pool or outdoor kitchen to whatever specs you want, as big, grand, and beautiful and palatial as you want. They've done everything. They also have ready-made models at their website. Go to duplessisbuilders.net, pools, outdoor kitchens. You can see they have 11 different pool designs. Just click the Pick Your Pool tab on the homepage. There's 11 different pool designs. You just pick your finishes. Boom. You can choose it right on the website. Pay for it today if you want. Be on the schedule. It's that easy at duplessisbuilders.net. But also, Derek loves to give back. They're doing the Duplessis Dream Pool Sweepstakes, benefiting Dreams Come True of Louisiana. Go to 1045ESPN.com, make a $25 donation to Dreams Come True of Louisiana. You're entered to win a free pool. And they're also partnering with us at Parish Construction and Roofing for the 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. Can't wait to tell you more. duplessisbuilders.net.
Banking on the go? Our mobile app makes it effortless. But at Campus Federal, you're more than just an account number. We build relationships with our members, supporting you from saving for college to owning your first home. If you're buying a car, planning a home renovation, or a vacation, we're here to help. Campus Federal Credit Union, your trusted financial partner for every stage of life. Start your journey today.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
While Louisiana politics can seem like they're from another planet, Moon Griffon isn't afraid to bring politicians back down to earth. Listen to the Moon Griffon Show weekday mornings at 9 on Talk 107.3.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient, and the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel. So why not go green while you save some green? I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and for more information, visit louisianapropane.com.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. We will get to the Saints' first injury report of the week coming up after SportsCenter. Also, the initial college football playoff rankings are out. I don't care what Honey Boo Boo and the whole crew. Or is it Ward Cleaver? Who is it this year?
Mac Rhodes.
What?
Mac Rhodes. He's from Baylor.
Baylor. Wasn't he at Iowa State?
I have no idea, Matt.
Mac Rhodes at Iowa State? Baylor now? I think he was at Iowa State. So he's at Baylor now.
He's at Baylor now.
Mac Rhodes. Return of the Mac Rhodes.
Return of the
so
Mac
went from
Rhodes.
Honey Boo Boo.
He was at Missouri.
Went from Ward Cleaver, Honey Boo Boo to Ward Cleaver to Return of the Mac Rhodes. Okay. I don't care what any of them had to say, but what's interesting is that there are hypothetical college football playoff odds. Like if the playoff was set up today with what the idiots, the self-important morons in the hotel ballroom in suburban Dallas decided last night, if what they decided last night were the playoff today, what the point spreads would be. We'll get to that after the top of the hour. Kind of interesting just to give you some perspective on what the odds makers in Vegas think about these teams right now. We'll get to that here in just a smidge. Right now, though, Muso has Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
All right, Dan Quinn met with reporters on Wednesday. We have a update on Jaden Daniels, kind of. Quinn said they had the MRI. They are having their final medical
Quinn.
And medicine woman having their final medical meeting today. Today to discuss Jaden Daniels' status and what the next steps are. Said they should have
Powder your bull, Chip.
Should have an answer, a formal update the next day or so. They want to get a few more second opinions and things like that. It's been diagnosed early as a dislocated elbow.
Can you get a few second opinions?
Couple, yeah.
Or 1 second opinion.
His quote was a few. I mean, I get what you're saying.
And a fourth opinion.
Yeah.
And a
So
fifth opinion?
anyway, couple more injuries. Brian Thomas did not practice today with an ankle. Kayshon Boutte did not practice today with that hamstring that he suffered in the Patriots game on Sunday. And then Mason Taylor was a full participant returning from a knee injury. He's got a knee.
Or he had a knee.
Had a knee. Might still be dealing with the knee a little, but he's practicing in full.
He's practicing with the knee?
With the knee.
Got it.
Fully practicing
Still got the
with
knee.
Still got it. I want to lose the knee.
Need the knee.
This was, academic, but it's official now. Paul Skeens has been named a finalist for the NL Cy Young by the Baseball Writers Association of America. The award will be given out on November 12th. The ceremony starts at 6 p.m. Central. Skeens closed the regular season as the favorite to win that award. Trendon Watford in action again a night ago for the 76ers. 8 points off the bench. Shot 50% from the floor. Fantastic. Also grabbed 4 rebounds. He's been pretty productive so far after signing that multi-year deal in Philly. That's Tigers in the Pros.
Presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, LMFJ.com. LMFJ.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Gents thinking of popping the question. Remember, Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, they have helped Louisianians get engaged for 4 decades. It's pretty easy. You walk into any Lee Michaels, you're going to have the Lee Michaels experience. Don't be intimidated. If you're not used to buying jewelry, it's okay. They're awesome at what they do, and they do a great job of creating a buying atmosphere where you're comfortable. You're not pressured into buying anything. If you want to buy something, great. If you want to try on 1,000 different rings, look at 1,000 different rings and not buy anything today, great. They want you to be comfortable and thrilled with the purchase, and they want you to be the hero, her to be thrilled. It's Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. LMFJ.com. LMFJ.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here as we put a button here on hour number 2. The LSU men's basketball season tips off tonight. Tigers play something called Tarleton State. I understand that's in Texas. Tarleton is not a state, but it is in the state of Texas. I don't know if Tarleton State is any good at all. Jimmy might have a bet for us on that game tonight. Otter Locks are live over at LouisianaSports.net. The spread tonight for LSU and Tarleton State is Tigers 15.5. And the fact that LSU is not more than a 15.5-point favorite against Tarleton State does give me a little bit of pause, although I don't know anything about Tarleton State. So, I do know they're coached by Billy Gillespie, former Kentucky coach Billy Gillespie. Yep, Tarleton State, AFR.
AFR.
Maybe you want to buy some land in Tarleton State. You know where you can do that? First South Farm Credit. Now, as we established, Tarleton is not a state. But Tarleton is in rural Texas, so if you would like to buy some land in rural Texas to hunt or to farm, whatever it may be, First South Farm Credit can help you do it. But Moscona, I thought they help Louisianians buy land. They do. But they also have offices in Mississippi and in Alabama, and they can help you buy land anywhere in the lower 48. So if you want to buy land in Tarleton State or near Tarleton State in the state of Texas, or maybe you want to buy land in California to open up a vineyard, that'd be fun. I would love to. Ooh, that sounds a lot of fun. That would be a great retirement life. Live in wine country and open up a vineyard. Eat amazing, like fresh foods every day and drink wine that you harvest on the grapes. Ooh. FirstSouthland.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Raising Cane's is our victory meal.
Football fans are some of the most dedicated fans in sports. It's a fundamental quality we share, and that fuels every single order of our hand-battered chicken fingers. Wherever there's football, there's Raising Cane's.
One love. Let's go.
Every winner knows a great play starts with a solid game plan.
and the right team by your side. At Sunshine, we're here to keep your operation running strong. From tractors to harvesters, we've got the John Deere equipment you need to tackle every job with confidence. Because when the work's done right, there's more time for the things that matter, like cheering on your favorite team. Make Sunshine Quality Solutions part of your playbook this season and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
In South Louisiana, you can always count on good people coming together to help our children.
At Dreams Come True, we grant wishes for Louisiana children with life-threatening illnesses. But to do this, we need funds.
That's why we're trying to raise $100,000 for Dreams Come True by giving away the Blessed Children's School.
Make your backyard's dream come true while helping our kids.
Just go to dreampoolla.com and you can find out how your $25 donation might help win you a Duplessis pool.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. It was back to work for the Colts today, a day after their acquisition of cornerback Sauce Gardner from the Jets for a package that included a pair of first-round draft picks. Indy coach Shane Steichen.
He's an unbelievable player. To get a bona fide number one corner in this league, like I said, it elevates everybody around us. He's got all the elite traits you look for. He's sticky in coverage, the pass breakups, the interceptions. He's feisty, he's aggressive. Just to add that to the fold of the back end with the guys we already got back there, like I said, it's going to elevate everybody. So I think just a great get by Chris getting him.
As long as he clears concussion protocol, Gardner will make his Colts debut Sunday against the Falcons in Germany. Texans QB C.J. Stroud out Sunday. He remains in concussion protocol. Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray put on IR due to his foot injury, meaning he'll miss at least the next 4 games. NBA, Lakers guard Austin Reeves with groin soreness out again tonight against the Spurs, 10 Eastern ESPN. Hockey history could be made tonight in Washington, D.C. Capitals captain Alex Ovechkin enters the game versus the Blues 1 goal away from becoming the first NHL player ever with 900 goals.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
You, Sue, and Mr. Toby Tomplin. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. And oh, by the way, it's a hump day.
It's hump day.
Verge Ausberry, LSU's new full-time AD, dropping the interim tag.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
But not really.
Hump day.
Because apparently removing the interim tag and being the permanent AD are not the same thing.
It's hump day.
That's according to LSU's new university president.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Hasn't even officially taken the job.
Hump day.
And he's already screwed up.
It's hump day.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Stay hot, Tigers.
Hump day.
Whit Weeks doubtful.
It's hump day.
Carius Curran improving.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Julian Council was here last hour talking some Panthers.
Hump day.
He's a little cocky.
It's hump day.
I mean, I get it. The Panthers are 5-4.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
They've won a few games.
Hump day.
They're a home favorite.
It's hump day.
They should win the game.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
They also got shut out by Atlanta on their home field, 30-0.
Hump day.
They also got pounded by New England, 42-13.
It's hump day.
They also got embarrassed by the Bills on their home field, 40-9.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
I know the Saints aren't good,
Hump day.
but dog, neither are you.
It's hump day.
You're 30th in the NFL in passing offense.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
You're middle of the pack in scoring defense.
Hump day.
You've been blown out 3 times.
It's hump day.
You've been shut out once.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Don't tell me you just... I asked him what the blueprint was. He's like, just show up.
Hump day.
What?
It's hump day.
It's the NFL, man.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Okay.
Hump day.
I mean, I want the Saints to lose all their games and get the number 1 pick.
It's hump day.
But now I'm kind of hoping they win on Sunday so I can run back that audio.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Let's go out there and win 30-7.
Hump day.
Make for a good follow-up interview.
And have the 7 be a garbage time touchdown.
It's hump day.
Russ Mitchell in 10 minutes.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
All right, let's get going here. Speaking of Saints-Panthers on Sunday, the initial injury report is out for the two teams. For New Orleans, we're going to keep an eye on a couple of key injuries. Taliesin Fuaga, unfortunately, a DNP on Wednesday with the ankle injury. He was carted off the field this past Sunday after suffering that injury. So if you don't have Taliesin Fuaga, and, of course, you're without Eric McCoy, you just traded Trevor Penning. That means you'll have your rookie left tackle, Kelvin Banks. You'll have Cesar Ruiz at right guard. And then a whole lot of question marks after that. Dylan Radins, I'm assuming, is going to go ahead and be your starting left guard in place of Trevor Penning, who got traded. But certainly some question marks this week. So Fuaga, a DNP with the ankle injury. The others only 2 others on the injury report limited. Alvin Kamara with an ankle injury. Jack Stoll limited with an ankle injury. And then 4 players listed on the injury report, but full participants. They were Taysom Hill with the knee, Cam Jordan with the ankle. Barry Wesley's got a hip. And then Jonah Williams with a shoulder. So Barry Wesley is a tackle. He is currently on the injured reserve list. He's on IR, but he's returned to practice. So we'll see if he's able to get out there at some point. Saints certainly look like they're going to need some help on that offensive line with some of these injuries. As for Carolina, the one to watch this week, I'll give you 2. One is Rico Dowdle, who's the most important. I mean, Dowdle has been the former South Carolina Gamecock, if the name sounds familiar. Dowdle's been around the league now for a half dozen years, but has just kind of been a backup rotational player, and he has exploded this year in Carolina. He's averaging nearly 6 yards a carry. He's already run for over 700 yards in this early season, so he's been awesome. He was a DNP on Wednesday with a quadricep injury, so that's going to be one to watch as the week goes on. Very likely just giving him rest because there's no need to run him out there and challenge him. Just let him heal this week, but we're going to keep an eye on that because that is significant if Dowdle is limited for whatever reason. Chandler Zavala, their guard, a DNP with the elbow. The others, there are 4 others. Lathan Ransom was limited with an illness, and then the 3 all full participants. Former LSU Tiger Damian Lewis with an oblique, but he's a full participant. Cade Mays, their starting center, he's got an ankle and a knee. He was a full participant, but ankle and a knee. That's 2 things going on right there. Not just the ankle, not just the knee. He's got the ankle and the knee. That's the double whammy with the ankle and the knee.
A lot of issues going on there with the leg.
Yeah.
Ankle, knee.
Ankle,
it's
knee.
tough.
No foot.
No toe. That's the big one, Scott.
That is the big one. I was getting there. So we're working our way down. Knee, ankle, foot, toe. The toe epidemic seems we appear to have the toe epidemic quarantined in New Orleans.
Yeah.
You'd hate to see it spread elsewhere, though. But Damian Lewis, another offensive lineman, as we just mentioned, though. Nothing wrong with the leg.
Legs are good.
Just an oblique. And then Princely Uman Mielen, also a full participant with, he's also got an ankle. Ankle epidemics now, combined with the Saints and the Panthers. Hate to see it. Ankle serious. When you get the ankle and the knee combined, you combine the ankle and the knee, trouble.
You can barely move.
Hard to.
Yeah.
Add a toe, disabled. All right, we'll keep you posted on Saints, Panthers as they move throughout the week. Honey Boo Boo and the self-important dweebs in the hotel ballroom in suburban Dallas yesterday put out their rankings. I don't care at all about their rankings because it's going to change a million times. There's still 4 weeks worth of games plus the championship weekend of games. This is nothing more than a TV show. I'm not going to react to it because I don't care. It's wholly irrelevant what they did. The only thing that I think is interesting is the odds makers have put out hypothetical odds for the games based on the initial ranking. So as to say, if you look at the 12 ranking, the top 12 as they came out, if those games were to happen, this is what the point spreads would look like. This is up at LouisianaSports.net, by the way. It's free under the sports betting section. Everything always free over at LouisianaSports.net. So in the first round, Georgia would be a 21.5-point favorite. These would be home games on campus. Georgia, 21.5 against Memphis. Texas Tech would be a 2.5-point underdog at home against Oregon. Ole Miss, 15.5-point favorite against Virginia. What do you think the odds are that the Hoos actually make it?
Not good.
Yeah, not good.
Not good.
And then Notre Dame at BYU. Notre Dame would be a 7.5-point road favorite in Provo. That's the kind of thing why I love playoffs. And I love on camp. Like Notre Dame having to go to Provo in December at LaVell Edwards Stadium. Who doesn't want? That's the thing I keep saying. Like people, we don't need to expand the playoff. Are you high? Who doesn't want Oregon at Texas Tech? Who doesn't want Notre Dame at BYU in a playoff game? Like who doesn't want to watch that? No, I'm good. Ridiculous. Then if chalk holds and you were looking at the quarterfinals, you'd have a Georgia-Alabama rematch. Bama would be a 1-point favorite over Georgia, neutral site.
Kirby's worst nightmare.
They did win in Athens. Ohio State, again, these would be neutral site. Ohio State 12.5 against Texas Tech.
That tracks, yeah.
A&M 4 over Ole Miss. Indiana 12 over BYU. And Bama 20 over Memphis.
Yeah. Dude, give me all those points with Indiana. I'll lay anything with them now.
How did they have Memphis advancing? That can't be right. Because they had Georgia winning. Memphis wouldn't be advancing.
Yeah, you said Bama twice. You said Bama a 1-point favorite over Georgia.
Oh, I see what they did. They did the odds, the hypothetical matchup based on who won. Right? So both possible scenarios in the quarters, depending on who won is how they did it. So how about Ohio State 11.5 over Oregon?
That's interesting.
I mean, it's just so clear. Like if you look at, so they also have odds to finish the regular season undefeated. Indiana, Ohio State, both at minus 400 to finish undefeated. Basically saying you'd have to bet 400 to win 100.
I mean, Indiana's last 3 opponents, their combined record again in conference?
No, I don't know.
0-16. They haven't won a game.
Oh, God.
That's their last 3 conference games. They have not won a game in conference.
God bless. They're dump trucking everybody.
I know.
A&M plus $1.50 and BYU plus 700. Those are the remaining unbeatens. And then championship odds, if you're just looking at to win the national championship, Ohio State plus 220, Indiana plus 450, Alabama plus 650, A&M plus 750. Then you start to get the longer odds. Notre Dame plus 1,000, Oregon plus 1,100, Georgia, Texas Tech, Ole Miss plus 1,800. If you want Lane Kiffin, you just want Ole Miss to lose. If you want Lane Kiffin to be the LSU coach, you just want to lose. Anyway, fascinating to see that. LSU still has odds, by the way. Oh, no, they don't. They have odds to make the playoff, but it's far. You'd have to win out and get a lot of help. But in any event, it's just interesting because what my takeaway from those are Ohio State, Indiana, gigantic favorites to run this thing through. So we'll see. All right, after further review, Hump Day Show is brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Quick break, Russ Mitchell next, AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by Clegg's Nursery, 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. You know where they are. Siegen near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Tell you every day to buy local and shop local over at Clegg's Nursery. And now is the time to just plant something. Every single day, they're getting shipments of new, beautiful fall flowers in at all 4 locations. So get your hands in the dirt, just plant something. Add those fall colors, those beautiful fall flowers and bedding plants. They got them. And with this cooler weather, something I've learned over the years, endorsing Clegg's Nursery, this is the time to plant trees and shrubs with this cooler weather. So maybe you want privacy shrubs or shrubs in the front of your home. Maybe you want to plant a tree that'll grow and flourish, that you'll get years of enjoyment for your family and future generations. This is the time to just plant something. So buy local, shop local, and tell them Matt sent you to Clegg's Nursery.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
Banking on the go? Our mobile app makes it effortless. But at Campus Federal, you're more than just an account number. We build relationships with our members, supporting you from saving for college to owning your first home. If you're buying a car, planning a home renovation, or a vacation, we're here to help. Campus Federal Credit Union, your trusted financial partner for every stage of life. Start your journey today.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Tiger Country is 100.7 The Tiger. In the car on 100.7 FM or on the 100.7 The Tiger app.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com. Russ Mitchell.
Kicking the tires and lighting the fires. Russ! Literally.
Well, I'm proud of Russ. I think Russ deserves it.
It's football!
Rusty, come on up here.
Absolutely, I thought that was going to happen because it's state. It's supposed to happen. You know, I haven't had much of a chance to talk to you man to man, Russ. How are things out there at DBU?
I want you to stay here and take care of things, Russ.
The only way you can point up is up.
Not going in our yard, Russ. It's going in our living room.
It's like Troy.
Can't see the line, can you, Russ?
Put your foot
on his throat and choke him out.
Take it, Russ.
Time change got you again?
I got a little movement here for you, and I'll stick away from. The whole daylight savings thing is. When I moved to Arizona, I love it here. It's nice and warm, but every single year, this daylight savings crushes me. You would think I would have it figured out after 30 years, but every year absolutely kills me.
Man, so good.
But at least I know. Hey! At least I know what the word interim means.
Oh man.
I don't think we can embarrass ourselves anymore around the nation, and then stuff like that happens.
I mean, the direct quote was, wait, I'll read you the direct quote from Wade Rousse, because I don't want to misquote him. I want to give you the exact quote of what he said.
Go ahead.
I'm finding it on Twitter, on Piper Hutchinson's Twitter. Here it is. This is the direct quote. All right, I'm quoting the new president, the newly elected president of Louisiana State University.
Him.
No, I'm not killing him. He's killing
Go
himself.
ahead.
He kind of crushed himself here. Quote.
Okay.
I don't know what permanent means versus wait. I don't know what permanent means versus removing the interim.
Well, at least he's not the president of the school, because if that was the president of the school, you would think that would be part of something he's already learned.
I guess he's not the president of the school officially for another 12 days.
We'll see. So officially, he probably doesn't know what the word officially means.
I mean, I'm trying really hard not to do the thing that I would often do in a situation like this, which is yell and scream and get red-faced and yell and start sweating. And I mean, I'm trying to give everyone here the benefit of the doubt after a really long, tumultuous week. But yesterday felt like we had moved to a point where they elected a president, they had named an AD, there was stability and alignment that everybody wanted, and less than 24 hours later, they screwed it up!
Well, I go on other shows and everybody knows that I have connections to LSU, and it's been a hard week to go around the country on shows. So let's just jump into the week in review, shall we?
We shall. What do you think was the most significant result?
I think Texas, and not in the way that people think. I mean, Texas obviously winning was helpful. It really hurt Vandy. I mean, that's Texas. You can see that the playoff committee doesn't have a tremendous amount of confidence in Texas, and they shouldn't, because which Texas team is going to show up? You can't even tell inside the game which Texas team is going to show up, by quarter to quarter. They're so frenetic. The first half they played fantastic. They were the team that was advertised during the summer. They were spectacular, even better than they were against Oklahoma. The fourth quarter was ridiculous. They looked like they did for most of the game against Kentucky, the game against Florida, the game against State. So, I thought that was the most impactful game because it killed Vandy, their chances of making to the playoff. I don't see a road for them to get to the playoff now. They don't have a win, and they won't have a signature win. And for Texas, it wasn't enough to get them over the hump, and now they find themselves in a precarious place. So that was the game of the weekend. Outcome.
I'm surprised you didn't go Oklahoma, Tennessee, because that, for all intents and purposes, eliminates Tennessee and keeps Oklahoma's playoff shots alive.
Yeah, and I mean, Oklahoma, if you watched that game on TV, if you didn't, you missed a spectacle of pure SEC finest. It was just so much fun, a lot of color and lights. It was great. And then Tennessee's offense came on the field, and it was just Throw in whatever adjective you want. It was ugly.
Okay.
Quarterback turnovers. They channeled their inner LSU rushing offense. They averaged 1.8 yards a carry. It was abysmal, and Oklahoma wins. But, again, Oklahoma is too far down, I think, really, to get the bump up into the playoff. They have the Michigan win out of conference, but I think they're also going to be on the outside looking in, and Tennessee's out now.
Hugh Freeze got fired. You surprised that didn't work? I am.
I'm surprised, particularly because, the defense played and has been playing fairly well for Auburn this season. 3 points at home. Again, it's not just that they lost. It's not just that it was the first win in conference for Kentucky all season. It's the fact that Kentucky only scores 10 points and you lose at home by they only got in the red zone once against Kentucky. So, I'm surprised that the offense was that bad. At the end of the day, he whiffed at quarterbacks. He went into the portal, he went into the transfer, tried to get quarterbacks in to run his offense, and he never could. Yeah. And that was his demise.
Georgia got a scare from Florida, but they win again. And their only blemish is the home loss to Bama, where if Kirby doesn't have a brain fart and kicks a field goal from the 10-yard line in the fourth quarter, Bama, they shut out Bama in the fourth quarter of that game. I'm curious how real Georgia is, because they're gonna win out. They're gonna go to the SEC championship game, and they're gonna be in the playoff. And I'm curious if they're actually a contender.
Usually, I listen to people say, "Oh, gritty performance," and they hang in there and they win, which championship teams do. Championship teams win. Yes, but that's only half the story. Championship teams blow out bad teams. That's what national championship teams blow out bad opponents. Florida's a bad team. Good teams play up or down to their opponents, right? They play the best opponents close and they grit them out and they win, but they blow out. Championship teams blow out bad opponents. I don't think Georgia's a championship team. I think they're a really good team. And by the way, look out for State. Look out for Starkville this weekend. I don't think that's an absolute given at all.
We'll get to that in a sec, in the next segment. Just one counter thought there. Ohio State won the national championship last year and lost to a 500 Michigan team on their home field.
Yep.
They didn't blow out a bad team.
No, but they beat many bad teams along the way. That was a rivalry game, and I think those ones in particular stick out. The college football, I heard someone talking about this recently. College football, and I agree, is with every month is becoming more and more like the NFL.
Yes, which is why I don't think you look for blowouts like we used to.
Yeah, but when you look at teams that are dominating, even in the NFL, they handle games they're supposed to handle, right? And then they might lose one or two along the way, but every single game, Georgia's playing down to the wire, right? It's just like Texas. Every single game, Texas is playing down to the wire. That's not what you expect. By the way, I put Georgia up a little bit above Texas, and they've got that game coming up down the line. But so we'll get to see it on the field. But Ohio State was peaking as they got to the end. They lost that rivalry game, and I tend to put those rivalry games sort of on a pedestal. But I don't see Georgia playing football right now the way Ohio State was at the end of the season last year.
Like when Ohio State lost to Michigan?
Exactly. In the rivalry game? Yeah.
Yeah. Or like how Green Bay was a double-digit favorite at home over the Panthers and lost last week?
There were a couple teams that lost last week.
I know.
Indiana had 6 turnovers and only lost. What was the ratio? It was 6-1 on turnovers, and they lost by 7 points to Pittsburgh on the road.
Hey, man.
That I've never seen that. I don't think I've ever seen that. Like, can you think of a college game where one team had that many turnovers to the other team, but squeaked out a 1-possession win?
Just ask, because it's very clear. Like, I agree with you. Like, the floor has been raised. But that's why I'm not throwing dirt on Georgia, because I think everybody is just going to have weeks like this. It's just everyone is having weeks like this. There just isn't a dominant team in the country. It's just fascinating to see how it might all play out, because I do legitimately think that there's a dozen teams that could win the national championship this year. Like, would you be stunned if Ole Miss won the national championship? I wouldn't. You get the right draw. They could go win anywhere.
The crazy thing, and this is new in my career covering college football, which goes over 3 decades plus. Usually you say, don't ask me in August, ask me in October.
Mm-hmm.
Now you really have to ask at the end of November, because it's how the team is playing as they get into the playoffs. How the team is, are they healthy? Do they have the quarterback? Are they playing well as they get towards the end? That's how you really know who are the teams that have a chance to win the national championship. We need a couple more weeks.
All right, we're into November. We'll talk about the November slate when we come back. Russ Mitchell's with us. We're brought to you by Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. With locations all over South Louisiana, find the location nearest you at ShawBillsTire.com. Remember, name brand tires at wholesale prices. They'll treat you like family, so you keep coming back year after year after year. Oil change, tire rotations, brakes squeaking, check engine light on, whatever's going on with your vehicle. You need service, you go to Shaw Bills. You need to buy tires, best tires, cheapest price, you go to Shaw Bills. ShawBillsTire.com. ShawBillsTire.com for more than 50 years. Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service. Shaw Bills, where we keep you rolling. All right, we'll preview this weekend slate with Russ Mitchell when we come back, including LSU's trip to Tuscaloosa. Can the Tigers get the interim bump and pull the upset? We'll ask Russ next. It's AFR.
AFR.
Y'all, we're into Q4. You're a business owner, probably like us here at Guarantee Media, going through budgets right now for next year. And if you're thinking about, right, what can we do to make our business more efficient, it's probably going to start with people. Getting the right people in your organization in the right roles. If you've struggled with hiring, you need Glow Resources. It's at least, at bare minimum, worth that meeting, that conversation, to let Glow Resources explain to you how they tap into their network far and wide to find their process, to find the exact best person for your job. And they judge themselves, their success, on how long the employee they choose stays with your business. And they have a 96% success rate. If it doesn't work, they'll give you a prorated refund or find you a new employee for free. It's Glow Resources. GLO. GlowResources.com.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
In South Louisiana, you can always count on good people coming together to help our children.
At Dreams Come True, we grant wishes for Louisiana children with life-threatening illnesses. But to do this, we need funds.
That's why we're trying to raise $100,000 for Dreams Come True by giving away the Blessed Builder School.
Make your backyard's dream come true while helping our kids.
Just go to dreampoolla.com and you can find out how your $25 donation might help win you a Duplessis pool.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Trust isn't given, it's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most.
Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
I trust the lake.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
All right, Russ Mitchell's with us. Hangs out every Wednesday. We talk some SEC for a couple of segments. We'll get to LSU Bama here in just a smidge. And let's start with the one that you just alluded to a bit ago. You said Georgia going to Starkville isn't any sure thing. Very, very nice Parrish Construction Roofing hat. Thank you very much. I was holding it into the camera. Okay, you said Georgia, not a sure thing going to Stark Vegas. All right. Why do you think that this is maybe a big challenge lying in wait for the Georgia Bulldogs?
Tell Ryan I want one of the purple and gold Parrish hats.
I can make that happen.
All right. First of all, don't look now, but Mississippi State should be 7-2. Right? I mean, think about it. They threw the inners. They choked away the win in Florida.
Texas, they definitely gagged that one away.
Yeah.
A 17-point fourth quarter lead. Yeah.
They gagged the Florida game. They were in field goal range, and they threw an interception with 30 seconds left. They shouldn't have been throwing.
Yeah, you're right.
They were already there.
Yeah.
They should be 7-2. With, by the way, one of those wins against the Arizona State team that's 6-3. I mean, this is not a bad Mississippi State team, right? I know their conference record right now, they're sitting at at 5-4, and they got the one win. But keep an eye on State. Keep an eye on this game. And State wants to try to maintain possession. I don't think State wins, but I think it'll be closer than the spread. The spread right now is like what, 9?
8.5. Yeah.
Yeah. I like State in this game to keep it close. It's a loud place. I think it wouldn't surprise me at all if Georgia's looking ahead on the schedule. This is a team that likes to play physical, likes to punch you in the face. They just don't have as many horses as Georgia does, or the winning tradition. But I think it'll be a lot closer. Georgia's going to want to run the ball. State doesn't have the greatest run defense. That's why I think they win. But I think it'll be a lot tighter than a lot of folks think.
What about A&M going on the road to Missouri? No, it looks like no Bo Pribula for Missouri, which makes that one really complicated for Mizzou to try to pull an upset, even though they are at home.
Yeah, Missouri's quarterback situation is, you can put any adjective you want in there. Shaky. Bo's out with the dislocated ankle and the bad ligament, so he's done for the year. Sam Horn's been sitting on the bench since the first game of the season. He's probably practicing for the Dodgers already. You got some true freshman named Matt Zollers. He's gonna he's gonna start. He's gonna start again.
Sam Horn's practicing for the Dodgers.
The best defense in the SEC. A defense that makes good offenses with senior quarterbacks look one-dimensional. And Matt Zollers will be playing. A&M right now, we've talked about, all of your listeners, this won't come as a shock because we've talked about it all season, but almost all season. A&M is amongst the top in the nation in holding opponents on third down attempts. They lead the SEC. In SEC play, they're only allowing 15% conversions on third down, and it's November. So yeah, I don't think Missouri's got unless their defense really steps it up.
That was going to be my question, Russ, because I do think, look, we saw Harlan Berry run for 7 yards a carry in the first half, so Ahmad Hardy might be able to run. I'm more wondering, do you think that Missouri's defense can keep them in it? I mean, State's defense pitched a shutout against A&M for a half.
I think also because you had a fifth-year senior quarterback who they had to pay some attention to, you know, I mean, and they were playing. I don't think it's apples to apples. I think that they're going to be a one-dimensional offense, and it wouldn't surprise me if Matt Zollers makes 9 mistakes.
Okay.
So I expect them to lose badly.
Auburn at Vandy. You always had the question when a coach gets fired, you get the interim bump. Vandy, disappointing loss to Texas, though they got blown out. I mean, it was a wonderful backdoor cover how they rallied late to make it close, but they got blown out of Texas. Auburn interim bump on the road in Nashville. DJ Durkin.
You fire the offensive mastermind, and the offense is going to score more points. I don't know. Look,
makes perfect sense, right?
I think Vanderbilt's offense is better than Auburn's offense, and they're playing at home. So, you know, last time I checked, points determine who the winner is, and I think Vandy will score more points. So, Vandy's a better team. They should win at home.
What about Florida at Kentucky?
You know, this is an interesting game. I'm actually very much looking forward to this game. Lagway has to spark the offense. It's the only way they're going to win this game. And right now, he's not playing complete games. He keeps making mistakes. And say what you will about Kentucky, but in SEC play, Kentucky actually ranks 8th in the conference in sacks and 5th in the conference in tackles for loss. So their defensive front seven there, or the defense is able to get over across the line of scrimmage and make impactful plays. And, you know, I think they will in this game too. It's in Lexington. I like Kentucky is that an upset? What's the spread in that one?
Florida 3.5.
Yeah. I like Kentucky with the point, get the points and take Kentucky.
All right. LSU is going to go to Tuscaloosa. And Ole Miss is playing the Citadel. We'll just skip that one.
No, I'm not talking.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that either. So LSU is going to go to Tuscaloosa. They're coming off the bye and all that stuff. Interim bump. They're Frank Wilson. They're going to run the football. New OC. All that stuff. Bama keeps winning, but they're not winning impressively. So LSU's got good athletes. They just haven't played well all year. So what do you think?
You know, Kelly and Sloan didn't play on the offensive line. So, you know, I don't think that suddenly the offensive line is going to play much better because you might change up the offensive scheme a little bit, maybe, but I want to see it. And look, Alabama's defense has made hay all season long. The schemes they like to do are stunts and overloads. That requires communication at the offensive line. You're playing in Bryant-Denny Stadium, which is not as loud as LSU, but if it's not far off. And you've got a bunch of freshmen where communication's a problem to begin with. So, you know, I don't like that matchup. If you're looking for a bright spot, I don't think, you know, LSU's defense doesn't give up big chunk plays. They give up a lot of 10 to 20-yard pass plays. They're average there. But when you look at chunk plays, you know, 20 plus passing or running, 30, 40, 50, they're the best in the SEC. Problem is,
okay. I was like, wait, there's got to be something else there. That was a long pause.
Is, like, where they struggle is pass defense 10 to 20, and that's exactly where Alabama is good. They almost lead the conference throwing the ball 10 to 20 yards down the field. And, you know, Simpson is 20 touchdowns with only 1 interception. I don't see them making mistakes. I see their defensive line controlling your offensive line. I don't see LSU running the ball. I see them being able to control the pass play, the short yardage pass play downfield. And I like Alabama by, I don't know. I like Alabama by at least 1 possession, somewhere between, 7 to 10 points.
When are you coming to Baton Rouge so we can go to Supper Club?
By the way, there's a butter cake at Supper Club.
Yes, there is.
I've been admiring this online.
The butter cake is everyone loves the creme brulee because it's a show. It's fantastic, but they come out like It's as big as your torso, and they come out with this torch. They with a flame to torch it table side. But I'm telling you, man, the butter cake.
You know,
we'll get them both.
I got a big torso.
You do have a big torso. I've seen you before.
I do want to say that the good book says, "Don't covet thy neighbor's wife," but it says nothing about coveting thy neighbor's butter cake.
It's true. It doesn't say anything about that.
Nope.
All right, we're gonna get butter cake and creme brulee for dessert when you're here for Summer Club.
Good.
All right. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you later.
Later.
All right, that's Russ Mitchell. It's After Further Review. We are brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU Athletics. As a matter of fact, the Our Lady of the Lake, they were kind enough to invite me to the Our Lady of the Lake Christmas party this year, which is actually going to be, incidentally, at Supper Club. It's a phenomenal place, and I love our friends over at Our Lady of the Lake for all the many, many, many ways that they give back and serve our communities as part of the Franciscan Missionaries of Our Lady Health System, which is a multi-state health system with, of course, the regional medical center, standalone hospitals, Our Lady of Lourdes, St. Elizabeth, and then all, of course, the Lake After Hours clinics. And it's the standalone children's hospital, Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital. They're great ways that they give back to the LSU community, having the contract to take care of the students, not only the student athletes, but the student health center at the LSU campus. Amazing, world-renowned healthcare right here in our community. It's Our Lady of the Lake, a championship health partner of LSU Athletics. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU. Together, we roar. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review. We'll knock out our final break of the show. Come back. Jimmy will be here. We'll do a little Otter Locks. I love that college basketball is back in full swing. LSU basketball is on the floor tonight against Tarleton State. Jimmy has been in fuego the past couple of years in college basketball. Missed yesterday at Texas, covering against Duke. Missed on that one, but he hit with an outright winner with Arizona 2 nights ago against Florida. So we'll see what the Otters got for us in store tonight. We'll do Otter Locks. We come back to wrap up the show next.
AFR.
There are 1.5 million realtors in the United States of America. 1.5 million. Darren James, this year, on the Wall Street Journal Real Trends list of the top 1% of realtors in America, was number 14. Number 14 in the country. Darren James, right here in our community. 1.5 million realtors in the country. And when it comes to getting to a closing table, Darren James, number 14 in America. Yo, why would you hire anyone else? You need a realtor. Hire the realtor that sells more homes than anyone. You need to get to closing fast for the most amount of money. You need Darren James. He's got his guaranteed sale program. Agree to a price and a deadline. If Darren doesn't sell your home at that price by that deadline, he'll have your home bought with cash or he'll sell it for free. It's Darren James.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs, set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free, confidential help now.
Raising Cane's is our victory meal.
Football fans are some of the most dedicated fans in sports. It's a fundamental quality we share, and that fuels every single order of our hand-battered chicken fingers. Wherever there's football, there's Raising Cane's.
One love. Let's go.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient. And you will have your pool in no time.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Down the stretch we come. Final segment here on this Hump Day edition of AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. A simple blood test can let you know if you're a candidate for hormone replacement therapy, get you back to feeling like your younger self again. Visit yourgoodwood.com. All right, find out what we're betting on tonight. Time for Otter Locks.
Otter Locks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
Otter, how are you?
Doing good, Matthew. How about you, buddy?
I'm doing awesome. Looking forward to a relaxing evening without administrators reversing course, hiring people and not hiring them, and whatever the case may be. Just having a regular, old, relaxing evening.
Well, at this pace, we'll have our head coach tomorrow, so don't sweat it. We'll be we're moving fast, around here. So anyway, our buddy Paul Stone bailed us out with our best bet last night with the Ohio Bobcats. That was back and forth. We kind of, we had a kickoff return for a touchdown. Fortunate, the other two did not come through. So we go to Paul Stone again. Sometimes you have to delegate. Call me Brian Kelly if you want, But anyway, so we got to delegate. Paul, give me your action tonight. He's going with Ball State. Ball State.
All right.
Minus the point in the first one there. And then if you looked at the Toledo Rockets back when we were doing Maction previews on the podcast for Bet Rivers, we were, clearly Toledo had the best roster. Now, they have lost as double-digit favorites a lot during the tenure of Matt Campbell's successor over at Toledo. But it's when they are on, they're winning about 40 points or they're losing a close one. I think this is a night where they win by a lot. I'm going to lay that points, 14.5, 15 against Northern Illinois tonight. Toledo at home. So, that Wednesday night Maction midweek road trip, and we're sort of like that. And anyway, Matt, I'm sorry I don't have any college basketball tonight, but I'm going to tell you this. I know I just heard you earlier.
All right.
I apologize.
Mm.
I was, Russ was, had me a little sideways with some of his commentary, but my man is funny. Met him up. Can I say this?
Yeah.
Not, you meet people on radio, not what I thought what he was going to look like.
You didn't picture a 6'5", 250-pound man?
Would you rather? No, I did not.
Like a literal giant?
Would you rather have a physical appearance that was better, or the sound and intelligence of a lot better? I don't know. Just kind of something to think about. But Russ he's a funny guy, man. I enjoyed meeting him in Pasadena for our pregame for the Rose Bowl game between UCLA and LSU. But I will say this: you going to the game tonight? A little bit on the Tigers tonight. We have beaten up this coach. We have beaten up this program, and rightfully so. but they are better. And we know that the former athletic director gave him a little extra player budget money this past year. They are better. So maybe a little bit the odds makers catching up with them. They should destroy Tarleton State tonight. So just a little something.
You want me to lay 15.5 on LSU basketball?
Yes. I mean, look. I have no official plays. That's just a little lanyard, okay?
Dr. Blake Williamson did fix your eyes, right? You can see. You've been able to see this team, yes?
What was their record last year? In conference. What was their conference record last year?
Did they win 2 games?
It will be better this year.
Oh, it'll be worse.
Okay. What I'm saying, well, it's the it will be better, and I think that maybe the point spread value has been driven so low.
Okay.
Might be a time
that's
to
fair.
jump. Just saying, no.
Okay.
I mean, look.
All right.
In Raleigh, they had an unbelievable showing when the team came out for warm-ups. So we digress. But
where are you tomorrow?
Well, Hanny likes to keep close to home. He lives right off of Brightside, so in Riverbend. So we went to Mike Anderson's yesterday. We went to Modesto today. We're going to the original walk-ons tomorrow. So
love it.
Trying to keep
1
Hanny
minute
happy.
remaining.
Keep Hanny happy because he's pushing for Summerall. Just like Napier, just pushing for Summerall.
Oh my God! Condon back for a one-time appearance on the post-game show. All right, Otter. Thank you.
Good luck.
We'll see you. That's Jimmy Ottitz after further review. Oh God, I don't have time to reset the Billy Napier thing. We'll do it another time if you missed it. All right, we're getting out of here. Shout out to Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Awesome people over there, man. Gabe, Mary, the whole crew, Michael. We appreciate everybody at Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Look and feel your best. They can help. Yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. All right, we're getting out of here. Muse Pauly, thanks. Y'all have an awesome night. You missed anything, AFR On Demand Podcast or YouTube, you can find it there. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 from Court to Table on Burbank.
After further review.
And if power went out at a place like Court to Table, storm comes and stay online, what do? Well, Arco Power Systems can help. Arco.com, Arco.com, Arco.com. You see restaurants, grocery stores, gas stations, broadcast facilities, whatever it is, whatever your business is, the storm comes, power goes out. How do you stay online? These critical backup energy solutions. It's Arco Power Systems. Listen, for decades now, Arco Power Systems has helped our critical infrastructure stay online during storms. Hospitals, roads, things that have to continue to operate. And by the way, not just in Louisiana. They got an office north in Little Rock, east in Mobile, west of San Antonio, Houston, Austin, Dallas, all over Louisiana. Check them out online. Generac Industrial Power. It's arco.com. ARCCO.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit louisianapropane.com.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Every winner knows a great play starts with a solid game plan and the right team by your side. At Sunshine, we're here to keep your operation running strong. From tractors to harvesters, we've got the John Deere equipment you need to tackle every job with confidence. Because when the work's done right, there's more time for the things that matter, like cheering on your favorite team. Make Sunshine Quality Solutions part of your playbook this season and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Supreme Jasmine is premium American-grown rice. From local farms to your table, every grain is supreme. Pick up a bag of Jasmine or any other of our Supreme American rice.
Tiger Country is 100.7 The Tiger. In the car on 100.7 FM or on the 100.7 The Tiger app. 90s country and beyond. 100.7 The Tiger.